Hello and welcome back to Tales on Tap, everyone. We are back with another episode of Aerilon, Sins of the Peacekeeper. But I'm not here doing it alone. I'm also here with a gaggle of lovely friends. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
So,
Hello, everybody.
I don't think I can do this much longer than just that.
no. Put it on your head and bring it down at appropriate times.
I like it.
That's right, everyone. This is it's technically our Halloween episode, I guess. We're not doing anything particularly spooky tonight, although there may be some themes emerging later on in the session, which will scratch that itch. So stick around for that. But yes, before we kick into everything, we've got a few things we need to get through, as always, here on Tales on Tap. And let's start with one of our lovely sponsors. Natalie, would you like to take us through one of those?
Absolutely. If you guys head over to Valkyrie RPG, they do all things TTRPG related. So dice, terrain, apparel, all the things you like to have in your hands is good. They actually have a brand new dice that light up and they glow blue. So if you head over, that's a brand new drop today, I believe, actually. So yeah, go check them out. All the details are in the dungeon. So don't forget to add Tails10 at checkout and you'll get an extra 10% off.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Natalie. And we have another sponsor who will be featuring heavily in this evening's episode. Dan, what can you tell us about them?
Absolutely. If there's something strange with your battle maps, who are you going to call? Tom Kartos. Battlemaps. Tom Kartos Battlemaps has a range of locations, tokens, and things to make spooky, scary skeletons a real threat in your table today. So head on over, find the things you want, build some stuff to freak your people out, and support people in this space.
And you'll never believe it, but we didn't even rehearse that once, did we, Dan?
I know, we're not
completely off. That's the kind of improvisation that you can expect from us here at Tales on Tap. Never letting you down. Dan, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on in the Tales on Taposphere at the moment?
Yeah, sure. So, in the Tales on Taposphere, we have a few things. Yeah, it's cool. That we have a few things on the horizon. So, Dragon Meet is in roughly 1 month's time. I will be performing as part of a D&D Panto show. So, if you go into Dragon Meet and you see me knocking about, I'll also be.
He isn't.
Oh no, he isn't.
I'll also be in the podcast zone, so you can come and say hello. The whole cast, unfortunately, won't be there, but I will be making an appearance in the modified role D&D Panto thing that Jordan's running, which is cool. And then we've got Christmas around the corner as well, and we have got big plans for something we're going to announce next week and kick off next week. But there might be a sneaky little holiday giveaway on the horizon. So make sure you tune in next week for all the details on that, because we're going to be running it all the way through November, all the way up to Christmas, and yeah, really fun and easy way to enter as well. So yeah, check that out next week.
Thank you very much, Dan. Han, if people are not able to tune in live, or if they've got somewhere to go this evening and are only able to catch the first half of the show, where can they find the rest of our content?
Oh, but of course, if you head over to youtube.com and type in Tales on Tap, we're right there, where we post all of our VODs weekly, as well as other cool videos that we will do, whether that be, weekly, depends. They will get there when they get there. But there's a whole load of stuff to catch up on in the meantime if like the most recent episode isn't there. We've also got, guides on how to play D&D, character intros, a few things that we've filmed at various conventions that are there. So a lot of good stuff to go and watch while you're waiting for us to stream again.
Indeed.
Love that.
Thank you very much. And concerning all of those things, when we post our videos, when we're going live, future events, Evan, where can they find more information about all of those things?
Well, obviously on every social media site there is. Because that's where we are. We are absolutely everywhere. You can't get rid of us, or at least me, because I'm running the show.
Quite literally ripping your skin off with this.
Yeah. See, I've been working so hard these last few days, guys, that my face is falling off.
That's what's happening right now.
Nice.
Not that, I decided to dress up for Halloween and everybody else forgot the fucking memo.
I think
I am so sorry. Listen, this is a public apology from me. I should have dressed up. I should have done this. This is gay Christmas, and I haven't, and I'm sorry.
I regret nothing.
I think you'll find this is not my normal attire. Apart from the hat, maybe.
Yeah, I was just about to say the banana hat. And to be fair, Natalie has some very nice Halloween makeup on. But no, we are everywhere on social media. If you need any sort of update of what's going on in our space, then head over there and make sure that to tell your friends about it as well. Because the more people that join us, the more fun we're going to have as a group.
Indeed. Clips returning soon as well, so keep an eye out for those.
Yeah.
And finally, if you're not used to watching live content here on Twitch, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can link your account to your Twitch account to get one free subscription. What's a subscription, you hear? What's a subscription, Chris? I hear you say, even. A subscription is a way that you can support creators on Twitch by donating a small amount each month, and you get cool little badges by your name. But if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can get all those privileges for free.
For free, you say?
For free, absolutely free, if you don't count the cost of a Prime subscription. But
definitely free.
Technically, it's free money. It's free money, so you should use it, and you should probably use it on us or someone else that you enjoy in the space. But
use it on us.
Yeah, use it on us. So, with that all out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, the drizzle has begun to fall on the streets of Valvaris. It's time for this week's episode of Aerilon, Sins of the Peacekeeper, right here on Tales on Tap.
Tales on Tap.
Oh, the ominous voices are back! Last time on Sins of the Peacekeeper, having bared his soul to the Regent, Arturius made his way over to Highcrest to meet up with the rest of the squad. When they arrived on the border of Highcrest, they briefly were accosted by some Goldcoats, the private militia of the nobles that reside in the district. But they seemed to take notice of the identity of one of our party members, one Jax Westwood, who seemed to have quite an important family line within the military where some of these Goldcoats once served. This allowed them passage through the noble district of the city of Alvaris towards Barbazon Manor, their destination, where they would investigate the disappearance of one Waldron Barbazon, an associate of the Regent and one connected to the division that they now serve. Upon arriving, there were a couple of Castiliers who are some of the sort of slightly more militarized police of the city waiting outside. As they approached, Jax, Marcus, and Lumiel, I believe, they struck up a conversation with these guards outside who said that they were simply sent here to retrieve Waldron. because he had missed some kind of appointment, and people were wondering where he was. Though they did not have any more information for that. These were low-level enforcers, and seemed to be on a bit of a need-to-know basis with their commanding officer. They tried to gain entry to the manor by ringing the doorbell, where they were met with a slightly sour reception from the individual inside, who the Castilians then identified as the head butler, Abroth. As Arturius arrived on the scene, sorry, I should mention one more thing, some deft flight upon the magical carpet that he has received allowed Gil to get a bird's eye view on the situation. This sort of one-story chateau-type manor with a nice gardens out the front with a few statues seen, but nothing untoward. No signs of a break-in, no signs of a scuffle in any of the back alleys. Arturius decided that a better way to gain entry was to pose as some kind of delivery man and muscle his way in, which proved relatively successful. Having not been identified as any kind of person of authority, he at least able to get his foot in the door, and by his aggression, a shoulder, and the rest of his body, this Aarakocra butler was unable to stop his advances, as he seemed to just be a busy man trying to get about his tasks for the day. However, eventually, this veil was dropped when Arturius revealed to Abroth that he was there out of concern for Waldred Barbazan. Confused and slightly befuddled by this gang of individuals who had now turned up on the doorstep asking for a way in, he eventually agreed to let them in to discuss where Barbazan was, though he was not very forthcoming. You all sat down. Ethel, the maid and head chef of the manor, came out and offered you guys drinks and crumpets, which you gladly accepted, if only to buy time. Jax headed into the kitchen to strike up a conversation with Ethel, who had been there for some years. I must correct a point, by the way, that I made a mistake on last time. Ethel revealed to Jax that Waldron Barbazan has been a bit of a shut-in since leaving his previous employment and becoming an author. I said last week that he had left the Argent Star. He had actually left the AOB. Apologies for that. Slight timeline discrepancy there that I wanted to correct. Anyway, while all these distractions and conversations were going on, Gil was trying to probe the mind of Abroth, but it seemed whatever the reason for his lack of forthcomingness was that he was just as confused about what was going on as they were. He had been given little instructions from Barbazan, other than to not let anyone in, and that hopefully he would return in a few days. Meanwhile, Lumiel took the opportunity, having been termed invisible by Arturius, to explore the rest of the map, coming across a couple of bedrooms down one hallway, until finally coming upon a study with a very intricately locked door, which Lumiel at first was not able to get through. However, through a quick misty step, she entered the room and began searching through the belongings. A couple of clues were recovered while she was in there. One, seemingly a passage from one of Barbazan's novels, though not quite fitting with some of the other ones that were pinned up upon the corkboard. Took a note of that, and then also found what seemed to be some kind of door code. Can anyone remember what that was?
2311.
Correct.
I nearly said Echo. I was so close.
Indeed. This passage from what was at first assumed to be something to do with a new novel that Barbazan was releasing ended up being a riddle giving the answer to a passage below the manor, accessed through the White Horse statue in the front gardens. Though the team realised this a little late, and they had already left the manor. Upon having this revelation, they all decided, well, Lumiel went back in and tested the code, found out that it was correct, and then they all just jumped over the wall, into the garden, in full view of the Castilians, and jumped down the hole. The hole, which began as steps, after descending a few flights, eventually turned into a slick slope, and they all slid into the labyrinth below. A collection of passages made from ancient obsidian stone, far older than the architecture above, presumably built atop of and from the old city, or even the outskirts of the old city. Making their way further in, they entered a large chamber with a stone ring at one end and a couple of other passages off either way. Jax was able to catch a slight inconsistency in one of the walls as they entered, but they weren't able to, at first, figure out how to open it. But there did seem to be a passage behind. Further investigation into one of the other passages, Lumiel discovered that there was a large collection of boxes, seemingly a storage room, though with some of them of odd geometrical shapes, not like you would usually transport or store goods in. Marcus decided to investigate this a little bit further, while the rest of them finally managed to open these secret passages by saying the keyword, which was...
Door!
Door! With the simple word door, a wall turns into a door, and they find themselves in two secret passages. One of them seemed to be a storage area of these pink-purple crystals, similar to the ones that were in the main room at each corner. The other room seemed to be almost a mirror of the central room, though on a smaller scale, with a set of 4 levers. They began to pull these levers, thinking that maybe they had to use the sequence given in the note above. But as the discs began to spin, they each locked in sequence, pointing at the stone in the center of the room, and the portal illuminated. However, meanwhile, at this time, Marcus was investigating the boxes in the southern room and felt a painful sting in his side, as an arm protruded from one through a flap and stabbed him in the ribs with a javelin. He went to flee the room and tried to bar the entrance while the rest of them finished figuring out this puzzle and opened the portal. However, as the portal illuminated on one side of the room, it was too late. Not only did these creatures manage to barge through the door that Marcus was holding, but had also managed to find their way around through the crystal room to intercept them on one of the sides. Now partially surrounded within this strange ancient labyrinth, a portal is open, and they stand faced by these peculiar creatures. Now, I gave a bit of a description of them last time, but I just want to drive that home. So what you see on these creatures, they are geometric in shape, some of them pyramidal, upside down, with multiple limbs sticking out. You see that most of these pyramidal ones are now holding at least 3 javelins each, in 3 arms, one protruding out of each face of this pyramid. One second. Music's turned off for some reason. There we go. The other, the cuboid creatures, each have 2 arms on each side of the cube, bearing bows. So the 3-sided creatures have 3 javelins, the cube creatures have 2 bows each. And they all begin to emerge slowly, almost rhythmically stepping from side to side in rhythm with each other, in lockstep, and they begin to step out into this room. The rest of you, having heard the commotion of the door crashing open and Marcus being thrown backwards, begin to make your way into the central chamber as the portal at the north of the room ignites, whirling in a pinkish purple energy. However, as you gaze into this vortex, Gil and Artemis, another individual begins to materialize in a hexagonal pattern from the feet up to the waist, the shoulders, and the head. You see the following individual. It's difficult to make him out silhouetted against the bright portal, but what you do notice is that every part of him glints as if metallic. Though this is not like the other creatures in the room. He's humanoid, dexterous in the way he walks, almost graceful. He wears a long brown coat, a neat hat atop his head, and leather flaps which drape over his shoulders. He walks with a small cane, though it does not appear to aid his mobility. And he speaks out to the room. Well, gee, thanks. It took me a while to figure that out, and I got stuck. Appreciate you finishing the job for me. And from within his coat, he pulls what looks very similar to the pistol that Jax wields. He extends his arm sideways, diagonally, and fires a shot at the crystal here. The crystal shatters, and as it shatters, you see the strip of purple light that went along these tracks towards the center of the purple begin to dim. But just as the dimness gets to the portal, he says, "See you later, fellas," and dives backwards through the portal as it closes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He shouldn't have told him the plan!
The rest of these creatures begin to continue, almost like crabs in lockstep, to step towards you. Is there any reactions you guys wanted to take in that? There was no stopping this man. He came out, shot the thing, and dived forward.
What I will just say is that Jack's hearing the gunshot is already kind of on his way through, but would have picked up pace considerably and would have dashed through hearing the gunshot.
Jimmy would have done the same. Just seeing Jack's run past, not Jack. She would have followed suit.
I'll allow you guys just to get to the entrance of the main room, but that's really all you can do without us going into initiative. Gil and Marcus, any sort of non-action reactions before we jump into this?
After seeing this guy basically bamf in and out of the portal and shooting one of the functional crystals that we had gathered, Marcus is just gonna turn back to Gil and go, "Gil, do you have any more of these, or are we fucked?"
I don't know. I think we need to deal with the weird metal flesh things that are coming towards us. This is not good. I don't know what is going on, Marcus.
Okay. Point of clarity.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys entered the room, these all did seem to be intact. And I believe Arturius brought a few out with him. So I will say, towards this entrance, because I think after Arturius brought them into the room, he then went off to go inspect something else. So I'll say in this area here, in fact, let me see if I can find something to put here. I'll say we'll use this thing. There is a couple of crystals over here that Arturius popped down before he went off to explore the rest of the room. Now, can I have everyone roll initiative, please?
Oh, no.
God.
This is why we don't plan. Because there's no reason to.
I mean,
Okay.
oh god.
Okay. We're okay, folks. We're good. This isn't the... Brilliant. That's not what I wanted at all.
Got a bit better than mine. Alright, dude.
Yeah, I rolled a
Okay,
20. I want to go fucking first.
It's okay, you're not.
Oh, sick. I got 21, DM.
I rolled initiative for all these guys before the session. So Arturius 21.
Yes, sir.
Lumiel
4. I got that
4.
one.
Ooh, that's rough. Gil
11.
11. Jax
26.
26. God damn, that gunshot has
Spread
really
out.
lit a fire under you, hasn't it?
Oh,
Marcus.
Okay.
18.
14. Very well then. So, as this individual dives through the portal, leaving the rest of you in the room with these strange geometric creatures as they crab step in rhythm towards you.
Don't like that.
I'm trying to find some good music for this. There we go. First in initiative is going to be Jax.
Surprise him.
All bloody new.
Surprising with a 26. Yeah, sick.
Indeed.
Just before you take your turn, just to clarify, that token isn't on the map anymore, right?
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. All right.
Cool.
And the portal is currently inactive. This crystal here has been smashed with his gunshot wound. In fact, I'm going to put something on here. That crystal's dead.
Okay.
Use your power bullet kill ability.
Oh yeah, that one I have. That famous one.
Yeah.
Why am I measuring distance? I can cover everything. I just got a gun. Okay. I am going to kind of sprinting out and immediately kind of rummaging for my pistol, hearing that pistol shot ring out. Jackson kind of frantically looking around to see what had been shattered by, or what had been hit. Like, worried it was one of his allies first. Seeing the shattered crystal, kind of turns and goes, Are we replacing it and getting out, or what? What are we doing? And in the meantime, is going to fire first shot at this one here. This one. Sharpshooter. Okay. I remembered.
You're muted, Chris.
Oh, I can hear him. That's a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
And then that's going to be a d10. 4, 8, 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage.
Yeah.
Hell. Okay. And that was on...
He's got a number 3 next to him.
Yeah, 3, cool. 18 points of damage. Very nice.
Does it look like it's doing an effective amount of damage? I'm just conscious that I'm shooting at metal.
It does, actually. Yeah, you see, and actually, the physicality of these creatures, you see, the metal really is only around the border edges and corners of their geometry. The faces of each geometric side seem more almost like skin or like a leather type, and you do see they have features. They have eyes, they have mouths, and these mouths do look organic in a strange way. The skin is almost leathery or papery, like canvas. It's very strange, but the bullet does enter through the canvas, and you see the exit wounds fly out the other side, complete with gears and bolts and some strange yellow viscous liquid.
Okay, so I hit a javelin guy there, right?
You did, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take my second shot at the cube guy behind.
Mm-hmm.
Again, sharpshooter, but I'm gonna make this one a dazing shot.
Okay.
Which means that, well, let me see if I can hit first. That is a 16 to hit.
16 to hit on this guy here?
Yeah.
16 just hits.
Oof, okay, so I need it to make a con save. DC 15.
DC 15, give me 1 second. So that's 11 on the dice, and Constitution saving throw is a plus... Oh, it's a quadrant. It's a plus 3, so it gets a 14.
Okay, so it has disadvantage on attacks until the end of its next turn.
Okay, and that's dazed, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then damage-wise, that was 23 points of damage.
23 points of damage. Woo! And that was... Okay. 20... How much, sorry?
23.
23 points of damage. Very well done. Anything
Action
else? Action
surge.
Action surge, go ahead.
I will go for I'll go for the same two in the same order again. So pyramid, then box. Both sharpshooter.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so that is... Oh, so this is for the pyramid. It's a 14.
14 does not hit.
Okay, and then box again. Oh, I don't think that's going to hit. No, that's just a 10. Damn
Okay,
it.
10 does not hit either, unfortunately.
God damn it. Yeah, then in that case, I am just going to relocate. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 up to by the portal.
Okay.
And then that'll be me.
Certainly, well done. Good shout. Next up in initiative, Arturius.
Okay, I am going to move into the center of the room. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 here. I'm going to... who's next in initiative order in the party, DM?
Marcus.
Marcus. Okay. As a bonus action, I am going to look towards Marcus and say, "Rise like the dawn. Darkness will have no hold on you." And I will give you bardic inspiration.
Damn.
Yes! Yes! Artorius has multiclathed into bard! So I will bardic inspiration you with my bonus action, and then I'm going to hold my action. The held action that I'm going to hold is I'm going to burn a first level spell slot. I'm going to hold Fairy Fire.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold that for until at least 2 enemies come within a Hold on, wait. Why am I doing that? 1 second. I could just get all 4 of them now. Yeah, sack it. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to hold it. I'm just going to cast it. So I need all these 4 here to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity saving throw certainly is that. So
Thank you. It's a 15. Dex save of 15 needed.
Okay, so the 2... I'm just going to tell you what they're called because it's easier because I'm going to be reading it off my sheet. The 2 Tri-Drones. One of them gets a 15, one of them gets a 13.
Okay, so one of them fails.
Okay, so we'll say this one fails and he is fairy fired, yeah?
Correct, yeah. So, dim light sheds to 10-foot radius, and all attack rolls have advantage on it. Now, this is a concentration spell as well, so I will put a concentration ring.
I've got you there, and I'm going to put this on the people that failed as well, all right? I'm just going to put the same concentration on. Okay, and there's 2 at the back.
Yes, please.
Ooh, not great. One of them's a 10, the other one's a 8, so they both fail.
Fantastic news. We set them up this round, we knock them down the next. We set them up and then we knock them round. Come on.
There we go. So those 2, they all have advantage on attacks against them.
Yes.
Very well done. Okay, next up is the Quadrone's turn. So, this one, we'll go in order actually. So we'll go number 1 first. Number 1, 5, 10, 15 comes to there, and he is going to take 2 bow attacks at Jax. That is a natural 1 on the first and a 21 on the second.
It hits, but I've got gloves of missile snaring!
Okay, well, we'll see how far that gets you. Roll your missile snare dice, please.
Listen, I'm going to catch a bullet at some point. In one campaign, this will happen.
Yes, yes, you are. Yeah.
So I reduce it by 12, whatever that means.
Okay, so it is 7 plus Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 7 plus 4. So it's actually only 11 points of damage. So you do manage to catch the arrow that comes and hits you.
Did it? Did
Amazing. Can you now redirect that? Oh no, that's that's the monk ability, isn't it? Yeah. Fair.
Okay.
That would have been dope.
Okay. It continues to use its movement. 20, 25, 30 towards Gil, and he's going to make 2 kick attacks against you, Gil.
Okay.
These guys have got actions, guys. Okay, it's not as strong the kick attack though, so you might be all right. That's going to be they're both 5s, so they're both 9s to hit.
Yeah, those miss.
Let's go.
So it becomes spiraling towards you, and you notice as well these cube-shaped creatures all have these sort of strange, very light-looking, almost like they shouldn't really be holding them aloft, but they have wings, and they are flying about 1.5 foot above the ground. And as it comes towards you, it kind of spirals in a corkscrew towards you and unleashes these 2 kicks, but you just manage to kind of swerve out the way of them, and they do
kind of like shift side to side, like
contact.
I took a year of salsa.
Nice. Okay, this one is then going to come out into the room. 5, 10, 15, 20 to here. It's going to make 1 shot of its bow against each Gil and Arturius. So the one against Gil is a 7. The one against Arturius is unfortunately a 16.
16 does not hit.
16 does not hit. Very nice. And then it is going to likewise continue on towards Marcus. And then it's going to take its 2 kick attacks against Marcus.
Yeah, go ahead.
First one is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Second one is just an 11 to hit.
Misses.
So the 21 hits. And that's going to be... I can't even read that. To 4. So that's going to be 8 points of damage. To you. Bludgeoning.
Okay.
I would just like to say for flavour that Jax's gloves of missile snaring are fingerless gloves because he's cool.
Of course.
I'm glad we clarified that. Yeah, I love that.
Okay, that's the end of that one's turn. This one is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here. It's going to take 1 attack at Lumiel and 1 attack at Gil with its bow. They're both going to hit because one of them's a 20 and one of them's a 22.
Yep.
Unless you guys have anything that stops that. Is that both going to hit? Okay. So you both... Well, Gil, you take 7 points of damage. Lumiel, you unfortunately take 9 points of damage. Piercing.
Oh, God.
Okay.
He's quickly checking his inventory. We have healing potions, right?
Can I use uncanny dodge to halve that? Yes, I can.
Yes.
When you see an attack, yes. So that's what, 4?
Yeah. Round down to 4, yeah, of course. Okay, nicely done. That's the end of the quadrones. Now it's the tridrones. We'll start with these 2 at the bottom here. Very simple. They're just going to both step up and make 3 attacks against...
Remember the one on the right has disadvantage because it's dazed.
Yes, of course. This one. What can I put on there?
Like a bane or something?
Yeah, there's no dazed in the thing.
Maybe.
We'll go blinded. That's kind of does the same thing, doesn't it? Okay, so the first one is with disadvantage, right? This guy is with disadvantage.
Correct.
That's only going to be a 9 to hit.
Yeah, misses.
Okay, and the second attack, or the second 2 attacks, because they do 3. It's just a 7 and a 14.
Misses both.
Both miss. Okay, second one is going to make all 3 attacks against you.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
There's an 18, a 20, and a 22.
18, 20, and 22. All 3 hit.
Oh, no. No. Okay. Jesus.
7, 7, 8.
7, 7, 8.
So 14 plus 8, 24 points of damage. Okay.
Cool.
The top two, that's them two done. These two, one of them is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to take 3 attacks against Jax.
Hello.
Oh my god, guys.
Okay, so we've got a 13.
Nope.
A dirty 20.
Yes.
And a natural 20.
Oh.
Oh no!
So 2 hits,
Which
right?
one?
Yeah.
Which one? Which one?
This one here is attacking you. He's attacking Jax. Okay.
Okay, cool. Curse of the Eyeless on the nat 20.
Okay, nicely done.
Thank
so I
you.
re-roll, yeah?
Yep.
That's going to bring it down to a 8.
Nice.
Good play. Good
Listen,
play.
Marcus and Jax, we look out for each other.
just the one hit, and it's not
Yeah.
crit. And it's just a 1 on the die, so that's 4 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it?
Oh, we currently have a prediction live of who's going to crit first, and that was almost the enemies. So,
Okay. This one is going to step forwards, and it is just going to begin to spin like a spinning top, like a Beyblade. And you see all three arms extend out the javelins, and as it spins, it is going to go 1. It's going to go 1, 2, 3 as it releases all javelins at the same time. 1 at Gil, 1 at Arturius, 1 at Marcus.
okay,
Cool.
we got it.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's our turn in a second.
Okay, so we have on Artemis, we have a 13.
That misses.
On Arturius, we have a 10.
That misses.
And on Marcus, we have a 17.
Hits.
Oh no. Can I burn my reaction to try and jump in the way of that? I'm within
Try and-
5 feet. I'll take the
You want to try and
opportunity.
deflect it, yeah?
I want to jump in the way of it. Like, I will take that hit.
Okay, burn your reaction, yeah?
Burn my reaction.
I'm also gonna say you're gonna
It doesn't hit my armor class. I'm lowering for it to hit. I want to take that hit.
Okay, and I'm also going to say because you are diving into the blow, you will begin your next turn prone.
Fine. I'll accept that. Take the damage.
And you take 4 points of damage. It was a 1 on the dice.
Fine.
4 points of piercing damage. That is all of the tridrones and the quadrones acted. Next up is Gil.
No, I'm next, right?
Hey.
You went before.
I
Oh
didn't
no,
go.
you're right. It is Marcus. It is Marcus.
Okay.
Reaction.
Thank fuck. All right. So being beaten to shit, Marcus is gonna go pick up his little flask.
Your
Look
Halloween makeup is really appropriate now.
Yeah. Look at it and go, you better be fucking right, Nox. Stick it in my side, and I'm gonna do rejuvenation, so I regain 3 hit points
Okay. Cool.
every round now, up until I'm back up to half HP.
Nicely done. Nicely
Yeah,
done.
yeah, sick.
I think it's 3 at least. Let me double check, just so I'm. Yeah, I regain 3 hit points. Because it's based on. What is it based on?
I assume it'd be some kind of like your spellcasting modifier or something.
Oh, to proficiency bonus.
Ah.
That's what it is. Alright, cool. So I'll do that. And. That's my bonus action. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm already pumped with. I have 3 elixirs in me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Can I-
you see
before-
a
before we
very
get-
strange Marcus right now, because you see the normal bulky build, the black veins coming out of his arms. You see the similar black veins going up to his forehead because of the intelligence, and then you see slowly the wounds on his body starting to almost sear up, like someone's taking a hot knife towards the wounds.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
And then
Oh,
they
that's
sort of
nice.
start
Right.
to dissipate. And I'm just gonna turn around towards the the one with Fairy Fire, the cube,
Yep.
towards my left, and take a swing at it with my hammer.
Absolutely. Take an attack with advantage, please.
That's good, because the first one's natural 1. And the second one's a nat 20.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
let's
how
go!
is this?
Let's go!
You got the
Well done.
prediction right.
Oh, Jesus! Well done.
Okay.
So that's 3d6. Because 2 for the hammer and 1 for the fire damage, and
Okay.
then double that. So 16 bludgeoning so far.
Okay.
Is that doubled?
Yeah, that is doubled.
Okay.
Oh, but I didn't add my modifier to that. So 21 bludgeoning
21 bludgeoning, nice.
and 10 fire damage, so 31.
10 fire damage. You swing your hammer round at this thing and you catch it as it kind of drifts towards you, having spiraled at you with these kicks sort of jabbing out from below it. You manage to get out, or you manage to get out sort of out of the way of some of those, but then you bring the hammer back round. You take out a massive chunk of this thing and expose what is beneath the sort of canvas leathery skin, and it is intricate, detailed, and glowing artifice. But between all of the different components, there are hoses and pipes pumping this strange yellow liquid. It's a strange amalgamation of mechanical and what looks like a circulatory system. Like these things are halfway between organic and mechanical constructs.
Here's a odd question, just in the middle of fucking combat, because passive intelligence is quite high. Do I recognize this liquid of any? Have I seen this before?
I would say passively, no. We can return to that later
All right.
for a more active check if you'd like.
Fair enough. Is there a chunky crit on that one? Or
Let's
is it
do a
dead?
chunky crit. I forgot that we do chunky crits. Chunky crits. God, it's been a while, guys.
That's another 1.
Okay.
I'm bouncing back and forth on these.
Okay, let me see what that is. I saved the fucking list of them, but I don't know where I'll put it now. Dan, do you have it to hand?
I do, yeah.
Can you give us what the one is, please?
I can, yeah. It is 1d4 damage. So opportunistic strike inflicts an additional 1d4.
Okay, so seeing this thing kind of begin to falter and fall to the floor, you see an opportunity just to hook back at it with the handle of your hammer.
That's a 2.
Just thrown a drink all over the place, but I'll deal with that in a minute. There's another 2 damage.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Let's
Okay.
go, let's go.
Anything
Right.
else on your turn?
Yeah, I have one more strike. Is it still up?
It's still up. It appears to be faltering quite severely, but mechanically it still appears to be whirring, and its sort of limbs are sort of jittering away as if it's ready to take another strike at you.
All right. Well, let's see which one's worse. So Jack's shot the one below me as well.
Below you,
Yeah, like to my southeast.
yes, that's Tridrone 3. Yes, he has been hit.
Yeah.
Right, cool. In that case, I'm basically, after giving the first swing, I'm gonna do almost like a double E swing with my hammer and just launch myself to the other side and just
Nice.
smack it.
Nice. So you take the momentum through and go to attack the Tridrone.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this pyramid into a fucking circle if I can.
Nice.
That's I'm pretty sure that hits. That's a 16 plus 8.
Yes,
whatever
that
that
does
is.
hit, indeed.
24.
Okay, yeah,
Right,
roll damage.
Okay, that is 15 bludgeoning and 6 fire.
15 bludgeoning, 6 fire. You turn round and over the top of your head, swing your hammer down on this tri-drone, and as you say, it does pancake, and there is a burst of flame as the cogs and pipes fly away from it in all directions, and it seems to have been rendered inoperable.
Nice.
Amazing.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that's me because I'm fucked if I move. Yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
Okay, very well. Gil.
Okay, just for my own, just for clarity, did Arturius actually move when he did what he did, or is he still behind me?
I would say that he is now there.
Okay.
Having dived to intercept the arrow, the javelin from this guy that was coming towards Marcus, he did move slightly.
I'm all alone. No one here beside me. I'm a sorcerer. Gonna kill me.
I'm gonna need a turn from you at some point, Dan.
Yeah,
I really want Gil to just be making these little songs up.
As much as we're all enjoying.
Everybody's a bard in this campaign.
Sorry,
Everybody's
I'll have to measure something. Okay, all right, we'll go with plan B. Feeling the arrow sort of hit the side of his shoulder, like, turn on his side, and looking to drones 3 and 1.
Okay. So
He is going to place both hands out, and you're going to watch the sort of neon psychic energy ruffle his hair really wildly as you watch, like, slash marks make their way towards the 2 drones, and a spell you'll be very familiar with, Chris. I am casting Tasha's Mind Whip on both of these creatures.
Lovely. So just to be clear, because there's 1 to 3 on these guys, and there's 1 to 4 on the tri drones. So
So it's 1 to 3 on the ones directly behind Gil.
so could you just indicate those to me on? So this guy here,
So this guy and this guy.
here. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So tri drone 1 and quadrone 3.
That's a intelligence save of 15 from both of them, please.
15.
Don't roll that, but just that's what they need to roll.
Okay.
Less than that.
Yeah, please roll below.
Yeah, if you wouldn't
Yes,
mind.
please clarify.
Well, okay. So the tri drone first. That's going to be a 7.
Yep, that fails.
And the quadrone. That's going to be an 11.
That fails too.
Oh, let's go.
Excellente. So they take. I'm also going to, just because I'm being cautious about this, I'm going to burn a sorcery point to cast Empowered Spell, which means I get to re-roll a number of dice equal to my thing. So I get to re-roll 4 dice if I need to.
Okay.
So that is, let me just see. Yep, that is 5, 11. Okay, I'm going to re-roll that because that was a 1. That's better. That's 15 points of psychic damage to both of them.
Okay.
And they cannot take reactions until the end of its next turn. Moreover, on its next turn, it must choose to either move, do an action, or bonus action, and only gets to choose one of the 3.
Okay.
And that is what they do now.
Sick. Love that.
Mhm.
So sorry. Repeat that for me one more time because I was just tallying up some hit points there.
So they can't take reactions until the end of their next turn.
Okay.
And on their turn, they either take an action, movement, or a bonus action. They can only choose one.
Okay. I'm just going to stick hexed on them for now.
So sick, dude.
Okay. Gil, is that the end of your turn, or is there anything I should like to do?
I can't move, so I'm going to stay where I am. Yes, that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Lumiel.
Miel, you see as she enters the room, goes to pull her bow, but then sees Marcus take so many hits. She's going to bonus action disengage.
Sorry, say that again, Natalie.
Gonna bonus action disengage
Okay.
and run straight. I'm doing that because I'm running straight past.
I don't think you're in melee with anyone there, are you?
That one
No.
doesn't have a reaction, Natalie, so you don't need to.
I won't
true.
bonus action disengage then. I will just fly straight to Marcus and put a hand on his shoulder and I am going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Very nice.
Let's
very
go.
nice. Let's keep it going, guys. So yeah, roll your cure wounds, please.
Guys, we're doing it. We're really being a team. We're doing
Helping
it.
each other.
Oh, there's
Okay,
only one
that
dead
was
so
a
far, but
That was a 7 and an 8,
Ooh.
which is
15.
thank you plus 2, so
18.
18 hit points
No,
back.
I'm joking, it's 17.
17.
Just making sure you're awake, Chris.
No, I can't do maths.
17 points, and she kind of just looks you over, just making sure that it's taking effect. You kind of glitter a little bit as it's starting to take. Yeah, it looks very different to your healing, where it's burning. It actually starts to glitter a little bit as it's healing you. And then, as a
So
bonus
sick.
action, what have I got? Because I'm going to use the other thing as a bonus action. As she puts her hand down, she blows into her little pan flute that pops out of her bracer that she got a couple of sessions ago, and you hear a little melodic tune, and particularly Arturus hears this in his head. He feels like a little tune in his head, and that is bardic inspiration.
Nice.
So good.
A whistle echoes through the air and into your mind, and you feel emboldened.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's no concentration on Mind Whip, is there, Gil?
No, it's just active until the end of the next turn.
And as you did fly past this guy here, you did see he sort of tried to spin round to react and fire a shot at you or extend a leg to kick you, but just something about his form appears to not be wiring correctly. At that point,
Did
he's unable to.
Dan make a concentration check, because he took damage when
I took 4, and I've got a 4. I took 4 damage. I've got a plus 6 on con, so I didn't need to.
fair.
I think we'll be fine. We can skip that for now.
True.
Jax, you're up.
Well, in the spirit of helping folks out, let's give this a go then. So,
New to me.
I am going to, because this guy, I assume kind of like the way this is manifesting, it's kind of like jittery, stilted movements. And so to kind of get away from this guy that's approached, Jax kind of just like bobs and weaves a bit and then does a little backflip, because why not? And just goes back a bit. And
Down for a second.
and I am going to fire my first shot at this one here next to Gil.
Okay.
And I am going to be making this a maneuvering attack.
So good.
Ooh,
Very
lovely.
cool.
Okay, let me get the attack first, please.
Is this one fairy fired?
Yes, it is.
So it's with
Ooh.
advantage.
Sharpshooter.
Do it. Yes.
There you go.
Come on.
Okay. That is an 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Okay. So that is a where's superiority die? D6 plus D10. There. Okay, that's good. 11 plus 4 is 15. 25 points of damage, and Gil, you can move half of your movement speed without provoking an opportunity attack.
Oh, big money,
shit.
please!
There we go.
Yes. Before you move, Gil, Jax, this maneuvering shot that you do, this commanding of authority to move your troops around the battlefield, how does that manifest in this shot?
So as Jax kind of does that back roll and is kind of like just getting up slightly onto his knees, he kind of peers down the sight, looks over and just goes, "Gil, move now!" and then fires straight at the creature.
As Jax says this, Gil just sort of turns into the bullet as it goes past and like slow motion goes, "Sure thing," and then just cool man walk right towards Jax.
So good.
Okay, which way are you moving, Gil?
This way.
Okay. Yeah,
Half
that
movement
way.
speed, right? So that's I'll measure it. But it's this way essentially. 5, 10, 15 done.
Cool.
Okay, and then for my second attack, I'll hit the one that's up here on the platform with me, because I'm out of melee with it now. Hang on, let me just check. That one is not fairy fired?
Not fairy fired. It has
Fire.
the mind whip thing. So.
Mind whip thing. Sorry, all
Yeah,
these
yeah,
little
yeah.
things are confusing me a bit. Okay, not sharpshooter. I could have got away with sharpshooter then. I always gamble
It
at the wrong
always
time.
happens, doesn't it?
That's a 17 hit.
17 does hit.
Cool. No, it's not. That's a 19. I can't do maths.
Hits. Oh no! In that case,
That is just 8 points of damage.
of damage. So this one has already taken. That's Tridrone 1, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tridrone 1. Yeah. So that one had already taken a small amount of damage from Gil's mind whip, and you see this shot pierce through the canvas of its form, and the exit wound once again blasts out with this strange yellow liquid bolts and gears, and it begins to falter on the floor, but it's still moving. Anything else on your turn?
No. I was just thinking because I'm close to where the crystal shattered, but it's not going to be something I can do in combat, so don't worry about it. That's me.
Arturius.
Okay, so as I dive and hit with this javelin, hit the floor, I kind of go, okay. And I go to kind of like prop myself up, but with my sword in my hand, I click the button so that the bottom of my sword extends, and I use the scythe element of my sword as it into the
Click
scythe.
the handle, and this handle emerges from within the blade of the sword as the sword clicks over and reorientates itself, almost like the what's the word, spine? What are those spinal things called?
Spine?
No, what are your spine made of?
Vertebrae.
Ligaments.
Vertebrae.
The vertebrae of the spine locking back together into this scythe form.
And I rise up, so half my movement to stand up.
Yep.
Point of clarity on this new form, because Bandolier was a little bit, I will do a bit, bit of reach. Does this give me the ability to use a kind of sweeping attack to hit multiple enemies, or did we agree that that wasn't a thing?
So I've been thinking about this, and what I quite like is I will let you make a attack at 10 feet range in a 45-degree angle.
Yep.
You roll your damage dice, but you do not add your strength modifier. So it's just raw damage dice.
Yeah, absolutely fine. So, as my action, I'm going to 45-degree angle hit both of these with advantage. But I'm going to forego my roll because I will use my clockwork amulet to make it a straight 10, plus my 7 on the modifier, which immediately hits, which you told me last round. So both enemies are hit with this attack.
Okay, fine. Roll the damage.
Boom!
So much
Fucking
pride in what you just said.
oh, brother, I love it when something happens like that. And this is only attack 1, by the way.
Who knew that maths would help
I mean,
you?
you still
in
have
this
to
game?
roll the attack on each. You still have to roll the attack on each to make sure that you hit both of them. But they both are furry fired, so you get advantage on both of them.
So so it's one attack roll, right? For every creature within a 45-degree angle, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm foregoing that attack roll for the
Oh,
clockwork
sorry.
amulet 10.
I completely spaced on what you just said. Sorry.
Yeah.
fine.
So it's a 10 straight roll, so it saves me rolling, so I'm not taking advantage.
Damage.
Yeah. So it was 10 points of damage without my modifier.
Cool.
And I'm going to Divine Smite it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know about this.
Oh god.
You can Divine Smite one of them.
Why? I've hit with an attack roll.
You can't carry the smite through. The first one it hits gets smote.
Smoot.
Then I don't want to do it. Fuck it, 10. Oh,
You can still smite one of them.
I don't want to. I'm burning a spell slot. I don't want to do that if it's not going to hit both.
No, unfortunately, that would be a little bit too OP.
Yeah.
I'll allow you to make the multi-attack, but you can't smite every single person.
Yeah, that's a bit too much. So, the
You can
first...
smite both of them with 2 spell slots if you want.
I don't want to do that. So this one that has already been hit here, is that still up? They're both still up?
Let me catch up.
Yeah.
So 10 on Quadrone 1,
Yep.
and 10 on Tridrone 2.
Yep.
They are both still up.
Both still up.
both still up.
Bastards.
This one, the tri-drone up here is looking, the quad-drone up here is looking very beat up.
Okay.
They're both looking pretty bad, to be fair. Although the tri-drone's not looking as bad.
Then I will hit them again. Won't clockwork orange this, but I do get advantage on it anyway because they're both fairy fired. So that is a 14 plus 7, 21 to hit.
Hits. And which one is this on? This is on the top one here.
The same ones. It's my scythe. So.
Are you doing another sweep attack?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Okay. I have to work on that as like a once per short rest thing, to be honest.
I'm regretting my
But
decision.
this time, for coolness and the first reveal of this weapon, well, I'll let you do it. But we're going to work on that, all right? So enjoy it while it
Your
lasts.
fun toys are being taken away from you soon.
Jack's got a motorcycle. I just want a cool sword, man.
You've got a sword that you can choose whether it's 5 feet or 10 feet range, and it can do sweep attacks.
That's 8 points of damage on the die.
8 points of damage to both of them.
Yes, that's not including modifiers.
Okay. 8 points of
I've got a carpet.
damage. Okay, the one, this one at the top, as you sweep across with the first side strike, you cut through a couple of them, lose limbs, and then as you sweep back, hitting both again, you... How often can you use your clockwork dice? Is it every roll?
It's gone. No. So it's once per long rest, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. We're going to refine the fucking rules of this scythe, but I'm letting you get away with it this time. Okay, this one is cleaved completely in half and dies on the floor. You see the mechanical bolts and cogs spill out onto the strange obsidian stone floor, and it collapses. This one looks pretty beat up, but it's still going.
Okay, that's both my attacks done.
Okay.
I can't harness divine power because I've done that already. I've used my channel divinity, so it's going to be bardic inspiration time. So just point of clarity. Wait, Lumiel, is your bardic inspiration magical inspiration?
Good. Let me just double check. I think it is. Features.
Because if so, I'm going to put another d6 to this and hope that the other creature dies, Chris.
Okay. It's fine. I'm letting you guys have this high because next it's their turn.
Yes, it is.
Oh, then it's another 6 points of damage. Does it die, Chris?
No.
Points of damage.
I don't want to.
No.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. So that I'm spent my bardic inspiration. Bonus action I'm going to give. So, Marcus, you have up bardic. Able to hit multiple creatures at once. Artemis, I'm going to give you bardic. It's magical as well, so if you heal, then you can use it for hit points. If it's a spell to heal, and you can also use it to add damage as well as ability saving and attack rolls.
Cool. What is the dice? D1?
D6 for me.
Cool.
I'm only a birth level bird.
Baby bird.
And then, Chris, yes, I am going to move. Absolutely, because I want this individual here and this individual here to spend their reaction attacking me. So I'm going to 1, 2 to here.
So they're both going to take attacks against you. So we'll go the tri-drone first. That's only going to be 8 to hit.
Misses.
And the quadrone with its kick attack, that's going to be a 17 to hit.
Also misses. Both burnt the reactions. Baby!
Okay.
I like paladins. Yeah,
Paladins are great, man.
This is so sick. I've never played a paladin before. I'm having so much fun.
Okay. Next up is the drones. So we're going to start with the quadrones again. Number 2 quadrone, which is down here.
By me.
He is going to use his 2 kick attacks against you, Marcus.
Yeah, go for it.
So they're both 12s, so they're both 16s to hit.
Yeah, both hit.
Both hit. You take,
Glad I healed you now. Jesus.
So I'm a tank, apparently.
you take 5 damage on one of them and 8 damage on the other.
Sorry.
For a total of 13.
That's on us, Marcus. We saw a big hammer and assumed, bro.
I have the same number of hit points as him, but I'm just like, I'm keeping a distance.
Yeah. I am in danger.
It is then going to fly over this one here.
Opportunity attack, please. It's just left my 10-foot range.
Oh, your 10-foot range indeed. Okay, opportunity attack, go ahead.
And this is
And it's fairy fired, so that's with advantage.
It is.
That's a natural 20!
There you go.
Let's go!
This fucker doesn't die after 2 crits. I'm quitting.
So it's a 6 without any modifiers, so that's 12 damage.
Okay, try Quadrone 2, 12 damage. Roll your chunky crit, please.
Okay.
Get chunky crits and opportunity attacks.
16!
Yeah, fuck it. It's a crit in it.
It's a 16. Do you want me to tell you what that is?
Yes, please.
The creature explodes. No.
Most of the creatures in my campaigns explode, so that's...
Narrowly evade the foe's counter-strike, inflict normal damage, and make another attack roll. If the second attack roll hits, you inflict a d6 damage. So I have to roll to hit. If it hits, it's just a d6 damage, right? So, fairy fired, addition 19 to hit. So it's a 12 on the die, plus 7, 19, additional d6. It's an additional 3 points.
3 points of damage.
Yes.
We'll do it.
That's what we want to hear.
Managed to
Yeah, I
take
was
out.
about to leave Tales on Tap, guys.
But let me explain how this happens. You begin to see as this thing begins to fly overwards. You see it stows both of its bows, and the forearms that it now has free. It looks as if it's reaching towards this dead tridrone on the floor. But just before it manages to get to it, you slash it in half and then bring back another slash, and just in the air it just sort of turns into paper as the corner panels fall to the floor and clatter.
You know what this means, guys.
Yeah, we do.
Killing people on their turn. This isn't fair. Okay, so he's dead. Quadrone 3. Quadrone 3 is going to take a... So he can only use an action, a reaction, or...
Movement.
Move.
Okay, does it say anything about if he takes the attack action, it limits the amount of attacks he gets?
No, it's just the action itself.
Okay, then he's going to take his action to attack, and he's going to make 2 bow attacks against you, Gil.
Yep.
Okay. So that's a 13 plus 4. That's a... Why can't I do this? 17 to hit on the first.
It is reaction shield.
Okay, the second one is a 23.
That definitely pushes through.
Okay, unfortunately.
Oh.
Okay, you take... Where did my D8 go? You take 5 plus 4. You take 9 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it is going to fly...
Can't
No,
do
it
that.
can't.
No, it can't.
No, it
Because
can't.
No, it can't. And that's
So
that's all it's going to do.
Sick!
Let me just double check something, see if there's anything they can fun that they can do. What's wrong with them? 5 feet. Oh no, they've got to be within 5 feet of their friends. Done the bow attacks.
I like to think it makes that noise.
Choose to treat any D20. Ooh. No, okay, that's it. Okay. That's the end of its turn. Now it's the Tridrone's turns. So Tridrone 1 is up here. He can also not move, is that correct?
So he can either move, attack, or bonus action, but only one.
Okay, he starts Beyblading out. And
Oh.
you see the arms extend once again. By the way, every time these guys are throwing their javelins, their arms retract into their forms and they reappear with new javelins.
That's unfair.
Okay. He's made of javelins.
The javelins, by the way, are only about 2 feet long. They're not
Yeah.
like full
Darts,
Olympic
then,
javelins.
okay.
They're like
I'm
dart
installing
javelins.
that on my armor.
Okay, he's going to take all of his attacks against it. It's 18, goes to a cock. I need to sort out my dice tray because it's crooked. So 18 plus 3. Ooh, that's another 18. So plus 3. Oh, by the way, they're all at you, Gil.
Cool.
So two
Sick.
21s and a 9.
So the 9 misses, the 221s definitely hit.
Including
I'm
with your
gonna
shield up.
reaction.
Huh? That's
shield
with
is-
shield, yeah.
With shields, fucking hell.
I'm gonna Curse of the Eyeless one of those.
So we're reducing. So I'm re-rolling it, yeah.
1.
No, I'm rolling it. I'm rolling it. I'm rolling d6 for it.
Oh, to reduce it. Okay, fine.
Yeah. 4.
That takes it down, yeah. So that's just one hit.
Okay. You take 7 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
Jesus, these things.
That's the end of that one's turn, and then finally, Tridrone. Wait, that was Tridrone 1. So Tridrone 2. Where is he gone? Oh, he's here. Tridrone 2. He's fairy fired, but that doesn't really bother him too much. He's gonna start heading towards you, Arturius.
Yep.
He's gonna make 3 stab attacks against you with his sort of spear thingies. Okay. So we have a 16 plus 3, so there's a 19 on the first.
Hits.
14 plus 3, so a 17 on the second.
Misses.
That's a 16 plus 3, so another 19 on the third.
Hits. So 2 hits.
2 hits. 2d6 plus 3, so 2 hits. It's a 1 and a 4, so 4 and... No, sorry. Yeah, 4 and 7. So you take 4 plus 7 points.
11.
11 points of piercing damage. How's he doing? Because he might do something else.
Yeah, Arthur's all right. To be fair.
No, not you. No, he's fine. Actually. Wait, this is number 2, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh. He's going to go for it. He's going to move over to here, step away from you, take your opportunity attack. Oh no, wait, he's not left
He's
your.
not,
He's not left your
within.
range.
No.
Ah,
He then begins, having done this, his hands now empty. He's going to use this bonus action to reconstitute. And you see, he begins to pull parts off of this quadrone. His form begins to detach from the bottom. The pyramid opens up from the bottom, and the panels begin to swivel around and reorientate themselves. And he goes from being a tridrone to a quadrone.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh no.
The quadrone's the one that spin and fire the things out.
No,
No, the
Tridrone.
quadrones are the ones.
Tridrones. Okay.
The quadrones are the ones with the bows.
Okay.
Quadrones are the
him.
ones that I think can resurrect. But that's me speculating.
And he had fairy fire, so I'll put Constitution back on there. You took some damage there, right? So can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
First attack only hit me for 4, so I don't need to roll for that one. But the second
You still
one,
have to make it. You have to do 10.
You still have to roll. You
Oh.
have to beat a 10.
oh well, that's fine then. 8 plus 6, 14.
Okay. fine.
Second one, 8 plus 6, 14.
Yeah, fine. Both passed very well. But he reconstitutes, and by doing that, he also gains 10 hit points.
fucking heals himself too. Fuck's sake.
So he reconstitutes using the corpse of a fallen ally and transforms his form from a tridrone into a quadrone.
Okay.
That's the end of his turn. Finally, unfortunately, Tridrone 4 is just going to... Oh, actually, no. He's going to start his action by also reconstituting from the dead one next to him, turning himself into a quadrone. I'll just copy this one. Without the concentration, please.
No,
Okay.
please do keep the verify on him.
Okay. He's going to make 2 kick attacks against you. I'll get rid of this because no one can reconstitute from these anymore. So yeah, and in doing so, they seem to consume what's left of the mechanical forms of their fallen allies. So he's going to take 2 kick attacks against you, Marcus.
Yep.
Okay, that's going to be a 15 and a 14.
15 hits.
15 hits. That's you're lucky. It's 1 on the dice, so it's 5 points of damage.
Right.
Okay, and then he is going to step round you to there, and he is going to take 2 ranged attacks against Jax. Up in the corner there, raining down fire.
Okay, first, so gloves and missile snaring, I don't believe there's a restriction on how many times I can use it from the looks of things.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's for each shot or once per round.
I think you can probably do it for each, right?
Yeah.
No, it uses your reaction.
Oh, it uses your reaction, that's correct. So you can only do it once per round.
So
I
it's
don't think
one.
you've done it this round, though, have you?
No, not this round, but I will be. So I reduced the first one by 9 points.
Okay, but that's damage. So let me just tell you whether it hits. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
first one is a 13 to hit.
Nope.
And the second one is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Second one hits, and you're going to reduce it by 9 points. Yeah?
By 9, yeah.
Okay. And it's lucky you did, because it is 13 points of damage.
So I take 4.
Sorry. 12 points of damage.
12,
three.
so 3.
So you take 3. You just, as these 2 arrows, the 2 arms, or the 2 arms on either side of its body, draw back these bows simultaneously and fire them at you, you manage to bat away one of them and just manage to catch it as it embeds itself in your shoulder. So it does a small amount of damage, but you are able to prevent it doing too much. Okay. Right, I need to reorganize some stuff quickly. So that was number 4. Turn that into a quadrone. And number 2 did the same thing. So he's now a quad. Okay, fine. Let's give him that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just had to reorientate a few things on my turn order because these kings can transform what they are. Marcus, you're up.
Right, so I start burning off some of my wounds again.
Yeah, so you heal 3.
Yeah, I heal 3. And I mean, fuck it, I'm in the fight. I'm in the fight already. Might as well go for it. Yeah, let's do this. Right, so I'm gonna run up 5, 10 to here.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna go 5, 10 this way. And so I scud around behind them, and I'm gonna just take a swing towards the one with the fairy fire on it with my hammer.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. Roll with advantage, please.
No.
Did you just get an
That's
natural
another
20?
20.
Oh my god!
Pumping them out, man. Jesus. Okay.
I've had 2 nat 1s and 2 nat 20s, and I've done 4 or 6 rolls.
That's ridiculous. That's utterly ridiculous. We're going back to virtual dice, guys.
Right, that's low. That's low on the damage though. So that is 8 plus 12, so 20.
20. Okay.
And because I have inspiration, I'm gonna roll that d6 as well.
Is that a magical inspiration from you as well, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Roll the advance.
For a 3.
For a 3, which is going to take him
Agree.
to -1, meaning he is down. You.
Should I just roll the 20 for the hell of it? I don't know if this.
Yeah. Roll the
can
chunky crit.
redirect.
Roll the chunky crit because that could influence how I describe things.
That's an 8.
8 down. What do we have?
Oh, the foe is unable to attack till the next round. Do you want to? It says numbing strike, cursing, and agony. The foe is unable to attack until the next round.
Okay. Well, let's just say that you
can't.
drive your hammer through it, and you see the entire central mechanisms just pop out the front. You see the eye, and as it does pop out, the eye, which does appear to be a glazed organic eye, as it pops out, you see the surface of it just kind of turns into a clothy, sort of almost half clothy, half liquidy substance as it falls to the floor. So it's not a full orbital eye; it's just this.
Ah, fuck! I wanted that.
Like one of those
And then I'm just gonna swing around and fuck up the other one because, yeah, I don't want that getting stronger.
Okay, this one so far is pristine. It has not taken any damage and it has reconstituted itself into a quadrone, so it's fresh.
Fair enough.
Max.
So that is a 16.
16 to hit. Just hits.
Right. Let's go.
So good, so good.
6 plus 4, 10, 15 plus 5, so 20.
Oh, okay, yeah, this attack goes through and you see it carves it almost like half one side of it off, revealing all the strange organic magical mechanics within.
Oh, amazing. And then I'm going to use my bonus action because I've not used that yet. Now, normally when I take all of these mutagens, there's side effects, guys. Like,
Come to that.
loads of them. And I have 3 in me. But because I leveled up in Blood Hunter, I'm going to use my bonus action to use Strange Metabolism to cancel all of them out.
Okay, so you're cancelling all of your mutagens, yeah?
I would just like to say one of the notes I've got is Marcus has got 3 elixirs going at once. This doesn't seem safe.
Oh, sorry. It's just one. It's one mutagen effect that I can do, and that I can cancel out.
Okay, which one are you
So
cancelling?
I'm gonna cancel out the reconstruction.
Okay, so you're cancelling
because
your replenishment, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You see, sorry, you see some of the veins popping out from Marcus's body begin to slightly recede and dull, and the sort of sizzling from his wounds ceases.
And then I'm taking 2 more, 10 more feet, just so I open up for flanking with Arthur.
Okay, so you step over this one here and begin to...
Yeah. Also, point of clarification, I'm still sizzling. I'm just not having
Healing.
reduced speed anymore. I still get the healing.
Reconstruction is the
don't-
one that heals you, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't it
So
cancel the
but
effect? It cancels the...
the negative
bad-
effect. The negative
yeah.
effect is my
Okay,
minus
okay,
10
okay,
movement
okay,
speed.
Okay, cool. Fine.
So I'm still pumped on drugs.
Okay, cool. I didn't know whether you were cancelling the whole effect or just cancelling
No.
the badness. Okay, fine. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah,
Gil?
that's me.
Okay, cool. As sort of Gil stood in the middle of the room, you see all these things, and the shield comes up, and you sort of see these sort of white hot areas that look almost like hands as things sort of like clatter with things and then still make their way through. You watch as he kind of gets hit sort of on things, and he's like, "Oh, okay, guys, this is really not good. I don't want to... Oh, maybe I should. I don't know. Let's just try and find out." And you watch as sort of the hair starts to like really wave, and around him, sort of in the same way that the dimensions were ripped when he was first pulled into it, you watch as tears in reality sort of like erupt around the top of his head. And as he sort of figures out, like, "Oh, okay, I remember you guys. Let's try that." And he throws both arms out, and in sort of this similar black metallic-ish ooze type material that seems to drip and bobble out to the 2 10 feet to either of my side that were Tasha's mind whipped. At 4th level, I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar.
Love that.
Who essentially venom-like, as these like venom-like conglomerations of tentacles just and try and enrapture them both. They need to make strength saves of 15.
Strength, yeah.
So good.
I don't think a fellow PC has scared me more than Artemis does.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that in the best way.
Just fucking unsettling, innit? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I love it. I'm so obsessed with it.
Okay, so
This is Halloween.
this Halloween. So the tri-drone to your north, that's going to be a 17 from him.
That succeeds.
And the quadrone to your east, oh, that's going to be a 20 from him. Sorry, man.
Yeah, that still succeeds, but that's fine.
Okay.
Half damage or something?
Is it half
Yeah,
damage or anything like that?
Still half damage.
Okay,
Oh,
fine.
it's still
hear
half
that.
damage. Let's go.
It's fine. So we've got 5, 6, 10, 15, 21. Magical Inspiration is for damage as well, right?
It is.
Then I will use that as well. 26 points of necrotic damage, halved to 13 for the both of those two.
Okay.
And that's all there is to that, really, is these tentacles kind of like try and find their way into like orifices and cracks and start trying to like pull and tug at things. And
You release these two strange, murky, half metallic, half oozing vines from each of your arms in either direction at these two things. They begin to wrap around them, and you see the forms of these things start to distort as the arms begin to tug and compress them even more. And in one motion, you bring your arms down to your side, and they just shatter, both of them.
Yes!
Just come flying towards you as you pull them in.
you watch as the tentacles like enrapture and just like crushing them down into balls before they just vanish into his psionic thing, and this tears like.
Can I have a wisdom saving throw from you, please?
Ow. Yes. Wisdom save. Ooh. Ooh, I should have
There was
saved.
no way that was
Should have saved the body.
Oh. Natural 20.
The look of genuine delight on your face when you saw that 20, and you're like, oh!
There is a moment where your vision, as this force comes towards you, and you see cogs and bolts flying past your vision, time begins to slow down. You almost seem to start to see double for a moment, and you hear distantly from the back of your mind, almost at your brainstem, and now you're getting it.
I think I am. Wait, was that me? Oh no. You sort of see Gil as he does that like stumble, and like but a bit of blood like comes just gushing out of his nose, and like, oh, that hurt.
Right.
And that's my turn.
That's the end of your
Gil's
turn.
gone full anime character.
Okay, so these two here are now dead. Okay, next up in turn order, Lumiel.
Completely freaked out about what's going over there.
It's one
Pulls her
quadrone.
vision away to see the only one left. And she is going to do this high-pitched whistle that you can... It's like a dog whistle, you can barely hear it. And these lights come from the corners of her wings. 4 little orbs of lights that turn into darts. And it's going to shoot 1, 2, 3, 4 magic missile at the quadrant. Pew, pew, pew.
As you sort of come around and you are looking around the room to see what targets are remaining, you see this one quadrone standing in the middle of the room, and he's kind of like... He's like spinning on his axis and going as if like whatever computation or whatever instructions he's been given to follow, he's struggling to find a target right now or prioritize. And just as you these 4 beats, he turns around to look at you. So let's roll damage, please.
Yeah. $13 points of damage. Oh no, 1 again. Sorry. No, that is 4. Yeah, 13 points of damage.
This thing gets hit by all 4 beats, and you see.
Oh no, go on. Sorry.
And you see parts of its canvas and its metal begin to get knocked away, but it kind of reconstitutes a little bit and rights itself, kind of slightly tweaking out a little bit as if his circuitry is not going as well as it was before, but he's still up. Anything else on your turn?
Bonus action. No.
Back up to top of initiative, Jax.
All right, let's get this guy out of here then.
Incredible, that Natalie, though. Well done,
Yeah,
mate.
that was great.
Yeah.
So sick.
I am gonna toddle on over, and I'm just gonna, let's just keep it simple, and just 2 sharpshooter shots at this guy. Can't hear you on.
As it's reeling from its attacks from Lumiel, and it kind of focusing on her, you have a shot right at its back.
Okay, so sharpshooter. All right, that is 15.
Could I burn my reaction to try and like trip the thing to give Jack's advantage? I know it's a bit of a stretch, but
It's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah,
I
fair.
don't think you need the advantage, to be honest. But unfortunately, that does miss.
That's fine. I'll go again. Oh yeah. That's a 22 to hit.
Nice.
C2 does hit. Please roll me damage.
let's go.
Okay, so that is maths. 19 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, so as I kind of like stride across, I, with my big boot, kick this other guy down the stairs, and in the distraction of this tri-drone falling, the clattering of the metal hitting each step as it goes down, I would like this one to be slightly distracted, and as it does, it's looking between Lumiel and its fallen comrade. It kind of it goes right through like one of like the wings, but it almost like it kind of severs both wings, and they kind of pull apart and end up yanking at the inner circuitry, causing it to kind of shatter from the rest of its body and unravel it like a little Christmas present.
Absolutely, yeah. That's great. So the shot that hits just at the base of one of its wings, you see the force and the momentum just kind of drags out the inner circuitry from its shoulder, and it just kind of falls to the floor, and you see this strange sort of creamy yellow liquid start to seep out from.
It's getting grosser and grosser.
Hey. And with that, the music ends. Oh no, wait, it started again. Okay. And you guys are out of combat.
So good. I immediately, seeing Marcus in a lot of pain, I immediately rush over as if he was kind of like not folding in on himself, but clutching towards some of the wounds, and I just race over, just place my hand on his chest and go, "Come on, big guy, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay." And I will lay on hands 20 hit points into Marcus.
Oh, damn, thank you.
Very nice. Marcus, you feel this warm energy and a determination go through you. You feel ready for battle.
Good. Good.
I just take my hammer and smack the thing in front of me.
All right.
Just gonna say him.
All right. Don't exert too much energy. Grab that crystal. But point of clarity before we make any like rash moves next. Can we please just have a discussion on what our next move is here?
What fired the
Go
shot?
through the portal. Oh, yeah.
There was a shot. What fired it?
Oh, my head. There was a man made of metal. I think we freed someone. He said he'd been trying to get out for a while, and then he dove back through before shooting that crystal and sealing us in here. He was dressed very nicely.
So, while the party settle down from this battle, Marcus now rejuvenated, having taken a real beating, Gil clutching his head and his bones where he took impacts. We're going to take a short break.
My bones are exposed.
And we're going to come back in about 10 minutes. So please stick with us. We're going to be back soon to figure out what's behind the portal. Hopefully.
On portal number 1.
Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Why was that spooky?
Happy Halloween.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Aerilon, Sins of the Peacekeeper here on Tales on Tap. I've lost the oversized suit jacket because I was sweating a lot after that combat. I hope you don't mind. I've got a lovely shirt to go for you to all enjoy beneath that. I hope that's okay. But we're back.
So,
Say hello, everyone, before we jump back into part 2 of this week's game.
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Hello again.
Just a point on that, Chris. I will say, both this session and the last session we played, you colour coordinated your cap and your top, and I don't think you quite realised, but it's very,
it's very
nice.
intentional.
I know, I like it.
Very intentional. It's the same cap as well. I just wear orange clothes. Okay, everyone, we are back in this strange underground ruin? Question mark? You guys are standing within this room. All the Modrons are destroyed, as far as you can tell.
Could I, hearing what Gil has said about there being this kind of entity this kind of man made of metal who came through, can I look to the damaged crystal? Can I identify or have a look and see if there's any, gunpowder residue, maybe even bullet casing, shells, whatever it might be, around that area to see if I'm familiar with the type of firearm used?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an investigation check, please.
Where's my character sheet gone then? That is 18.
18. Okay, so you step forward. The crystal is mostly shattered.
Yeah.
And you begin to sort of kick through some of the shards that are now laying on the floor around this sconce that it was previously sitting in. You are able to identify that this was caused by some kind of firearm shot. And you sort of see on a certain area, there is some of the shards, some of the larger shards, there is a very clear sort of etching out of a circular wound or chipping away where the initial impact might have happened. And as you explore around, you also find what appears to be a blown apart, what was previously a slug, similar to the bullets that you use in your firearm. Though it is now, having been shot and made impact with its target, is pretty shattered. You can't discern much from it.
I'm still gonna pocket that just because I know a certain someone who seems to know what he's doing with firearms as well. And could I just ask, out of does Gil's description of this individual ring any bells with potential, I don't know if there was any, experimenting of new technology in the Valgear or anything like that in my past that these kind of constructs would have been familiar to me in any way or not?
I would say based on a second-hand description, it's difficult, but
Yeah.
give me a history check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay.
I was going to ask something fairly similar in that realm of that, just through work with dimensions, different sort of creatures, things that could have come through and have been recorded, readings, that kind of thing. Does any of this ring a bell with things that I may have come across, heard about, seen, and the alike?
You can also so you're focusing on the individual that you saw, yeah?
Yeah, more along the line. Yeah, just if sort of mechanical-ish people or metal individuals have ever been known to come through dimensions or show up in this way, like even as sort of read through report as opposed to having been seen itself, just anything like that.
I want you to tell me here. Are you? And I don't want you to tell me what is your highest bonus. I want you to be honest. Are you going more down like the history route, or are you wanting to know like an arcana check?
That'd be history. So it's history within the business that I used to work in.
Okay, so
things that may have been told to me.
Recall cases you've heard of similar things,
yeah.
rather than trying to figure out the nature of itself just from what you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. History check then, please.
Cool.
I got 16 with disadvantage.
16 with disadvantage.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say. I mean, you've not heard of any Valgir research into creating mechanical beings
Okay.
of any kind. You know that there is definitely sort of maybe more so towards these drones that you've fought. There is some things you've heard of sort of like battlefield deployment,
Yeah.
automatons. But the ilk of these things is far from anything that you'd heard was being deployed anywhere. The only things you sort of were like basic kind of almost emplacement automatons rather than warriors, and certainly not with this strange canvas leathery like skin. They're all very much just but very basic automatons that the Valgir deploys in certain situations.
Okay, so
And your history check was, Gil?
sorry.
60.
16.
Hmm.
Not in your line of work, not really. No, you've experienced advanced technologies from other planes and other realms, but none of those that you've experienced in your former duties, at least those that you can remember, match either these creatures who now lay shattered on the floor or the entity that went through the portal. It's unfamiliar to anything you've ever experienced, as far as you know. Okay, Dan, sorry.
Right. So, has anyone ever come across anything like this before? These weird creatures. I don't think I've ever come across them.
I'm gonna go and have a look at them, like a close-up look, and specifically the liquid now that we've finished off most of them. See if I can find an intact one, first of all, to have like a closer look at.
Well,
see if there's any salvageable parts as well. Bandolier might be able to throw some of our own together.
Okay, give me an investigation
Good
check, please,
idea.
Marcus.
Yep, will do.
Lumiel's going to kneel down to the one that's just beside at the moment and just see if there's any intact parts that she can salvage for Bandolier.
Okay, yeah, give me an investigation check as well, please.
Could I go down?
Sorry, Lumiel, seeing as you're actually trying to see if there's any salvageable parts, this is going to require to have some, you know, this is a very foreign thing to you. I actually kind of want to make that an Arcana check.
So not an investigation.
Not
just an
investigation,
Arcana.
because
Okay.
you're searching through for components that you think might be reusable, which would require you to have some, you know, mechanical arcane knowledge of what is salvageable.
Oh,
Could I potentially go and provide assistance in that? Just with my familiarity with mechanical parts rather than arcane.
Okay, yeah, so I'll allow you to take that with advantage, Lumiel.
I got a nat 20 for 23 anyway, so...
Never mind. She's already figuring it out already, doesn't even need me.
Yeah, you head over,
Study.
and it's strange. Lumiel seems to be able to pick out things of good value and of high arcane importance within this thing quite naturally. And you see, you know, certain things that you're used to being mechanically important, like the gears and the specific mechanisms and transistors. Lumiel is just picking up and throwing over her shoulder and just not really interested until, Lumiel, you pull out in the center what appears to be a blue glowing orb. And it's very slightly cracked.
Oh.
And the
sure we can get that
the
out
glow
of it.
kind of thrums slightly. It's like...
Does anyone think this will explode?
Possibly.
24 on my investigation check.
24, okay.
It's highly likely, Lumi.
You begin parceling through to find if you can figure out anything about these things, whether it be their origin, their nature, how they worked, who built them, if anyone built them. You begin sifting through some of the pieces that are left, and you eventually come upon a symbol on one of the less mechanical and more what seem to be arcane parts. It's a mixture of different things. The liquid, in particular, you don't know the origin of. You've never seen anything like that before. It kind of just looks almost like, I want to say, you know, the androids in Alien, You know, the stuff they bleed, that kind of milky, strange, viscous liquid. It's like that, but you don't recognize it at all. But the symbol that you find is kind of like almost like a trident. It's a straight line upwards with a U on either side of the almost like a fork. Do you know what I mean? In fact,
It looks like a trident, but with a U, like a pitchfork.
I can't see that.
Han's trying to tell us something.
Like a pitchfork trident, so there's a U and then there's this sort of...
So it's a three-pronged symbol, almost like a Y, but with one spoke sticking up. Let me see if I can draw it for you.
Right.
Paper that I should have next to me. Oh god, I've dropped it. Like
I'm
this.
drawing it on Alba.
Oh, I forgot you can do that. It's like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
For the people at home that didn't see that,
Here's what I made earlier.
that is what Chris just drew, yeah. Yeah, that symbol right there.
Exactly, this symbol here.
Okay.
Like that.
Do I recognize it?
Give me a straight intelligence check, please.
21.
Oh, sorry, Han.
You do recognize it.
I'm sorry.
You recognize it because it is an arcane symbol. Sorry, I've dropped all my paper everywhere and I'm dropping even more. It's an arcane symbol. You don't know particularly what it does or what its significance is, but you remember it being a symbol known from like an ancient magical language, which is the symbol for Psi, which you're not quite sure what it does, but you know it to be an arcane or almost like a mathematical arcane symbol.
Say for sight.
Psi, Psi.
Oh, psi. Okay.
That's what it means. So if you were to read this symbol, it's called the Psi symbol, but you're not able to pin down exactly what the significance is here. But it's definitely some kind of arcane mathematical symbol, quite a rare one.
Gil, you're psionic.
Yep, that's true. What's up? Sorry, little spacey.
What would a symbol that reads psi mean?
They're tired, they're bored, I don't know.
No, not psi as in sighing, but psi as in psychic.
Oh, as in, okay. Would I know what that means? Would I have any with what I've thought about before, sort of coming into it? Would that clue into anything particularly?
Give me an Arcana check as well.
Can I nick one of the liquids if there's still one intact, by the way?
So you're unable to find a specific source. There's no like bottle that contains the liquid. It just seems to be like blood. It just seems to be flowing between the different arcane and mechanical pieces.
Almost in that case, I just take one of my empty ones and just stick it in a tube and try and squeeze some out.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I thought you said, "Can I lick some of the liquid?" I don't like what? Sorry.
Oh yeah,
anything for a hit.
So can you add to your inventory a vial of Modron bile?
Okay, cool.
It's definitely not what we thought it was, Han.
Sif.
Please.
I
Okay,
added
what was
to my library, my inventory.
Cool. What was your check, please?
17.
17. You know the symbol loosely. You've seen it used in various enchantment magics. It's used sometimes in necromancy spells. It's not a common symbol used anymore. It's more like an old version of magic when things were a little bit more kind of not simple, but magic was more sort of brute forced through its language and its mathematics. More wizardly magic than sorcererly magic. but it's used in various different contexts, so
Yeah.
you're not able to narrow down why specifically it might be included in this thing, other than maybe it might be part of the spells or rituals which create these entities.
I mean, it's an old code, but it checks out. Well, no one got that joke. Sad.
I got it.
Thank you. It's old magic. I've seen it a few times. It's kind of archaic in its nature. It's not really as complex as the stuff. So these things could be a lot older than we think they are. If this is the kind of thing that's inside them.
And if that
So these
person
might have been put here before.
Yeah, well, that individual, I heard him shout that we let him go. Like maybe it has been here a while.
Well,
And-
if it's been stuck between the borders of dimensions, maybe it was stuck either in a realm of its own or it's been stuck between them. I'm not quite sure what it meant, but it's out now and he's gone to wherever he needed to get back to or was
Well,
going to.
Yeah, no, like this is the thing. Like we have opened the portal. They just stepped through, meaning that who or whatever that was knows the destination. Like you wouldn't just throw yourself in a portal unless you knew where it was going. Which is another point that I'm going to come back to in a very relevant way at the end of this conversation. But the whatever it was stepped through quickly, must have known where the other end of this is, right? But that point entirely puts us at a disadvantage. A massive disadvantage. Like we all work well then, but we don't know where we're going.
Stepping out to.
So we need
He
to.
stepped out of the
First
portal,
time.
though.
No.
He went back in.
No, he didn't step out of the portal. He formed near the portal.
Oh,
He stepped-
I thought
he-
you said
he
he
stepped
came
out,
out
didn't
of
he?
the portal and then he went back in.
No.
Gil, you were in the wrong. You saw, and in fact, just to clarify for you, you almost saw as he began to materialize, and if you remember, he sort of materialized from the feet to the head in this strange cascading hexagonal pattern.
Okay.
And as he was materializing, it looked as if he was stepping from here to in front of the portal.
From where? Sorry, I missed that little
He,
jump.
he, was, he was stepping from to the side and behind the portal to out in front of it.
Okay. Oh, right.
It doesn't really matter, does it? Like, we fucked either way. It's not the first time we've gone into something not knowing what's ahead.
No, but we can do this. We have to do this sensibly. We've tried the head first approach on 2 or 3 different occasions, and yes, okay, it's worked out well for us, but we spilled a lot of blood, and quite often didn't have a plan for what happened next. Now, yes, the plan only extends to us stepping through, but we can put things in place now that help us, right? Like, does anybody here have any, I don't know, connections or contacts or anything that we can set to work now before we step through this thing to wherever we're going, so that if we come back, we have more information to go on? There's no saying or no telling that the person that's gone missing went through here. We're just acting on a gut instinct, right?
Well, a potential initial test right now, just more from a is it safe or not. We could potentially tie a rope to one of these creatures and throw it through and see if something tries to get it, something tries to reclaim it.
Yeah.
Just to see and assess right now if there's anybody on the other side. If needs be, we need to have some kind of scouting mission where we're all not running in. Somebody who can remain either somebody or something that can keep an eye on the situation that's just behind that portal and return easily.
Yeah.
Whether that be one of us wrapped up in a rope, ready to be yanked back after a certain amount of time, or whatever it might be. We need to be coordinated about this. You're absolutely right,
Yeah.
Martha.
I could summon Candy.
But we don't know.
Someone what?
We don't know about how. Okay, let's think about it. How do you communicate with Candy? Like, because if it's anything like Ithrandir, and I have telecommunication capabilities with Ithrandir, if he goes through and that's 1,000 miles away, that pops Ithrandir out. I can't communicate that far. Can you? Like, what
So-
distance does it cover? It's a great idea. Like, I love the idea, but I don't think it's feasible.
Oh, you're probably right.
I would just say that this person, whoever it was clearly waiting for this thing to reactivate and was stuck in some kind of hold until we did this. If he was waiting for it, or whatever it was waiting for this, we don't know that he's not the only one. And we also don't know where he's going.
Yeah,
Which was what I brought up originally. But my point kind of is that I can talk to my people, potentially. I used to deal with interdimensional issues, rifts, portals, and the alike, just to see if anything flagged up recently, any potential waves or disturbances and specific barriers or planes of existence that would have come up.
Well,
and then I need to rest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am really spent.
Yeah, but I don't think we personally are in a position to leave this place, go talk to someone, and come back. Like, we have to act on this now, but we have other ways to get messages and comms to the people we need. So we have the dogs at our disposal,
so
right?
We can't leave.
But are we supposed to be talking to our individual people about what we do? I was very much under the impression that they didn't want us relaying information to the people we used to work for.
Well, no, but if we have look, when we were searching for a location of that gang that we found in the southern part of the city, I had no question in my mind that my contact eyes might have been able to help. Now, if you have somebody who might be able to help, it's better than refusing the help initially and just winging it ourselves. Like, that's the whole point of this. We need to utilize what's at our disposal. That's the one thing that we need to get better at.
I have a guy, but I have no clue if he has what he knows. He knows more or less a little bit about everything, but also I'm not sure what he knows and what he doesn't know.
Can I just ask, can we not buy ourselves more time here? Can we not disable... I mean, the portal's not active. Are you wanting to chase this person and apprehend him? We don't know what this individual even...
No, but the thing is, if he waits, he might be able to, this person might be able to launch some kind of trap behind us.
And we don't. Go through. Yeah, we don't know if he's connected to the missing person. He could be the reason the missing person's now missing.
About that, Lumiel.
Yeah.
The note she made from the house, the manor.
Oh, yes.
Could I have him?
Sure.
I kind of take them. So it's you got the passage, the code, and then the diary entries. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of Jack's taking another look at this. And goes, I didn't spot this before. Gross.
No, don't worry. I felt
no.
Handwriting's not that bad.
No, your handwriting is absolutely fine. Admiral Enoch Gross.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Who's that?
A key figure in the Valgir. He actually interrogated me before I joined you guys. So, how he's involved, given the fact that Barbazan is a pretty apolitical figure, and he's for some reason got goings on with the Valgir.
Unless this is the reason he has involvings with the Valgir. I mean, this is directly above his house. He must have been the only one to know how to get down here. He put a horse statue with a coat on top of it. So whatever this is, there's something to it.
There are distinctly gnomish footprints going in this path.
Which is why I'm leaning more towards opening that portal and going through. But I think we just need to do what we can here first. So I know that you're a little bit against reaching out to somebody in the fear that we're not supposed to be doing that thing, Artemis, but we have done a lot in the last 2 weeks that we probably weren't supposed to do, but that's why they hired us. Because we're the ones prepared to do the things that other people aren't.
I get that. I just that's fine, but if I do this, I'm gonna be very much out of a lot of what I can do for when we move through. So,
What if I do it for you?
can you
Are you
cast telepathic messages across great distances to people very specifically?
No, but I have a specific person who can reach out to probably find whoever you're looking for. Unless we want an answer instantly, because that I can't do. But if we want to just send threads out,
I'll talk to Brass Eye and I'll just send him a message that says we need help, and I'll see what we can. I'll see what he
is it
says.
with you guys and eyes?
Oh no,
Oh,
my guy's called Isaac. It's just Eyes is just short for Isaac.
And Brass Eye's a code name, like Blue Gilly was mine.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Flamey Hammer Guy is yours.
It hurts a lot.
For
Sorry.
Lumiel.
So it hurts a lot.
I'm joking. You called me R2. It was the first thing I could think to get payback. Right, okay, well look, you reach out to Brass Eye, Glass Eye, whatever you guys called. We need to check in with, I don't know, the regent or someone, and we can just to let them know that we're at least going. If we disappear to somewhere else in Aerilon, then we're cooked until we get back.
Just before I do send the message, and with minor illusion, he's just going to laser sort of the outline of what this individual looked like as best he could from sort of the very brief image he saw, but the general sort of build of this person, their clothes, the sort of mechanical looking face, not too much detail, but enough to get a general idea of what he looked like. Just again, laser on the floor, just a little light show.
Can I try and assist with that, seeing as I was the only other person there to actually see him as well? Like, correct mistakes in case he would do something, oh, that's slightly off, like,
Yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, you begin to conjure this image, and you both saw him from different angles, under different light, silhouetted against the portal. And you begin to put together, with Marcus's help, an as accurate representation as you possibly can, and it is fairly good. Jax, you're probably the one who's going to be able to draw most from this, but it's quite clear almost immediately, without having to make a check or anything like that, that this would be something far in advance of anything you've seen the Valgeir create.
Okay.
While you guys contact your various people, I will rope this guy up, and I take one of them and I tie rope around his waist, ready for when they need me to throw it through the portal, just in case we're still doing that.
Okay. Guys, how are we all looking? Like, Artemis, you said you needed a rest?
I mean, you can see a fair few wounds and blood just sort of pouring from places, and like a large stream of it trickling down his nose. Like, yeah, it's a little beat up. It's not quite as, clean cut as last time.
I will pump the last 10 hit points into Artemis.
Okay.
He lay on hands, 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I have none left, and I am pretty fucking battered myself, but it's fine. Do we want to rest here a while before we start heading into the unknown?
I love that movie.
I think what he said about that guy possibly laying a trap is counterintuitive if we wait. It gives him more time to prepare for us. I mean, he knows we're going to come through eventually, so I don't think we should wait. We could possibly wait there if we need to.
Okay.
I don't know where we're going. So.
I'll begin walking over and picking up one of the other crystals, and I will tap the tail. Okay. Fortress, Regent, come in.
Reading you loud and clear, Arturius.
We're at Barbazan Manor, underneath the property. We found a portal. No sign of Barbazan at this point. There is a portal, and we've seen another individual who made their way through. We have the opportunity to make chase. We're just finalizing our preparations now, but we might not be in range on the tail, depending on where this thing takes us.
Understood. One moment. There's a pause for a while.
I'm gonna go and take out my card.
Okay.
Or, well, first I'm gonna go up towards Jax. Now, before I do this, I think maybe we should go and look into the Order of the Bowtie. It's one of the things.
Yeah.
What's your butler's name?
Well, that's not something I decided.
If I see Jax pausing for a moment, I'm gonna go, posh prick. For not remembering the butler's
No,
name.
Jax
Someone
would
who's
know.
all high and mighty on removing the system and can't even remember their
Would
servant.
know. Han
They're
just
called the
had
Help.
Jax would know immediately. Han, however, did not think of that. I don't know.
Do you want me to give you it?
Yeah,
Danthorpe.
Danthorpe.
Don't like that.
Once we're there, DM, what was my butler's name?
Only
Clive.
because it reminds me of Curse of Monkey Island with Guybrush Threepwood, or whatever his name is.
Danthorpe. And Clive is your butler's name.
Perfect.
Danthorpe,
Oh.
DAANFTHORPE.
I swear you just added an F in there.
Yeah. Danthorpe.
Danthorpe. Okay.
Extra A and an F somewhere.
No F. DAANTHORPE.
Okay.
And yours is Clive. Right.
Yeah,
Clive failed Bowtie Butler. Because he didn't get in. Mine did.
I might start adding an extra A into my name, so instead of Dan, it's Dan.
Dan.
Okay, sorry, I was putting my 25 words together.
Before we do that, you, Arturius, you get you all hear this on the open comm. The regent comes over. All right, so what am I hearing? He's got some kind of bloody something below his house.
That's correct, Regent. It seems to be of arcane nature, believed to be, with Artemis's expert knowledge in it, a portal. We encountered resistance in the portal room once activated, and an individual who said that they had been waiting for this to happen. Tracks of gnomish nature heading in and around.
Wait,
the
someone
portal.
was there. Someone was already there before you got there.
Yes, they had a firearm.
No, they formed.
Firearm?
Yes.
They formed when we opened the portal.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
I'm
Means that
aware.
someone's beating you to the punch.
We're on it, Regent. We're just letting you know that we might be out of reach of comms for a short time, but we're on it. Get word to the dogs, will you? We need to make sure that if there's any sight or word of Barbazan within the last 24 hours, especially in and around the name of place where the Bowtie gang, it's
Nice
the...
siren.
Thank you. Because we think that they may be involved.
Well, I'll send Lewis a left up to the Sky Siren and I'll get Cran to see if there's been any other movement. Any other clues? Something to go on?
Nothing that's really come up right now. This is a very complex, very old machine. This has been here a while, and if Waldron built his house over it, this means something.
Well, there was the fact that we were attacked by these weird construct boxes and pyramids and stuff.
I'm gonna need a full debrief when you guys are done, but for now, get after whoever was there before you. Waldron spoke to me a while ago of something he called the Vault. Sounds like that's what you're in right now.
Well, if he spoke to you about it, his hired help certainly unaware. They're even unaware of his whereabouts. Said that he just went out for a walk or something and hasn't returned since. So
He did have an appointment, though, with Admiral Leonot Gross. I don't know whether he attended it or not. Yesterday at the Sky Siren in his diary. Lumiere got it.
Enoch Gross.
Yes.
Where the fuck has he been up to? This goes deep. All right. Get after him. He might be in the vault, and if someone's gotten in there before you, he might be in danger.
All right.
What?
Well done, everyone. Hope to hear from you soon. I'll get working on things this side. Don't let me down.
Try not to.
God, if we make it through this, I'm going to need a raise. As he picks the crystal up and starts walking it back across the room.
Wait, are we getting paid?
So you retrieve one of the large purple crystals and begin placing it into the same slot. That the one
I'm gonna do the card trick for Nox.
Sure, okay. You feel the connection establish.
I'm stepping away, first of all, quite far away from the others. You there?
What can I do for you, Marcus?
I love this NPC.
Quite a lot, because, first of all, reconstruction, fucking brilliant. Good job.
Cooking up a few new things as well.
Amazing. I might have some materials for you soon. It's weird. I thought some kind of a metal, leathery robot type thing. Looks like pyramids and metal boxes. They have an arcane sigil inscribed into them. Symbol for Psi. Looks like a pitchfork almost.
I know it well.
Right. Okay. Please do tell.
Well, that symbol has been around for a very long time indeed, Marcus. It's part of the old arcane way. What relevance it has to your things here, it could either mean that they're very ancient, or someone's using some old magic to make them. But that kind of magic doesn't work anymore. They'd need something else.
Something else like what?
I don't know, more modern artifice to go with it. The Psi symbol, when used in incantations, doesn't connect with the weave like it used to. It's an old rune. Primordial even.
Fuck me. Okay, what the hell we all got now?
Nowadays it's used in many ciphers and many codes. But I'll need to see more if I'm able to give any solid answers.
Right, cool. Give me a moment and I'll rip out the fucking thing that has the Psi symbol and shove it in my pocket.
Okay, cool.
Second part. So, don't fucking make fun of me for this, but I used to have a butler, right? His name's Clive, and he was part of, well, he tried to get into something called the Order of the Bowtie. It's connected to the case that I'm working on currently.
Rings a bell,
Yeah.
but I'll have to do a little bit more digging. There's secret societies all over this city, Marcus.
Cool. Well, if you can find, maybe Clive knows something about it. If not, there's another butler called Dan Thorpe who's apparently part of this order. It's connected to a family. Fuck, now I forgot you.
Westwood.
Yeah, it's connected to the Westwood family.
The Westwoods. big name around here.
Yeah, I
Long
know.
military
It pisses
legacy.
me off. Yes, I know. Shut up. Okay. If you can find out anything about that, that would be amazing. The person I'm currently investigating was supposed to meet someone at the Sky Siren yesterday, but they never turned up. Or we don't know if they did, but seems unlikely.
You're asking me to rub shoulders with some very powerful people, Marcus.
Yeah, either that or just listen out.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
Thanks.
Good luck out there, Marcus.
I
Sounds
have-
like you're getting into the shit of things now.
Yeah, really does. I have pulled some parts. There's a yellowish substance from one of these robot things that was circulating inside of them. I don't know if it's useful to you in any shape or form, but I'm bringing it.
Oh, I can almost guarantee it is.
Cool. I'll keep looking for anything more. If there's anything that we can find, maybe it can help the others. I don't know.
Maybe it can, but you can't drag them into this, Marcus.
I know.
And I'm not going
Just
to
trying to
allow
look
myself to be dragged in any further than necessary. But I'll do what I can.
That's all I'm asking. Right. See you around, Nox.
Yes, you will. Maybe.
And I flip the card again, go back and say underneath my breath, mysterious bastard.
So, Gil, you are
Yes.
making the final preparations on your sending spell.
As my face is falling off. Fuck.
Heal me. Yeah, so Gil sort of finds a bit of rubble or rock to sit on, or just something to sort of just place himself down. And he closes his eyes and you watch as the neon energy forms the radio tower on the top of his head, and this little orb with two mouths that kind of like open and then circulate around the orb as little lightning bolts come around the edge. And he just sort of sits and hones in on onto his old partner Brass Eye, and sort of trying to keep calm within the message, just goes, "It's Gil. I need help. I've discovered a portal under Waldron Barbasan's house. A metallic individual formed and went through. Any disturbances noticed?"
There's a few moments that pass. Yeah. It's good to hear from you, old friend. But a portal in the city? I find that difficult to believe. We've detected no such transportation or teleportation.
I'm going to convert 2 sorcery points into another... No, I have to do it for 3. I'm going to convert another 3 sorcery points into a 3rd level spell slot to do a sending spell again to reply to this. Right, okay, yeah. The portal is old arcane technology. Tell the Bureau to investigate under the horse statue. We have to give chase. I've got 5 left. Any assistance would be great.
Ancient, you say? Well, 2 possibilities exist. 1, it's local. 2, it's interplanar. I'll do what I can. Just make sure you're gone by the time we arrive.
As you watch the metallic, not the metallic, as you watch the sort of neon things disappear and dissipate back, and Gil stands up, he genuinely wobbles for a second. He seems incredibly spent. Just, okay, I've talked to Brass Eye guys. My old guys haven't felt or seen or sensed any disturbance sort of concerning this at the moment. He says it's either local or it's interplanar. But whatever it is, we need to be gone by the time they descend upon this place, because they're going to fairly quickly. It's what we do.
All right, well, has anyone else got anything they need to do of utter importance? Gil, is this in the right kind of nothing?
It slots in, and the purple pinky veins of gold along the floor that zigzag towards the portal begin to illuminate, and whoosh, the portal reopens.
Doesn't matter, I'm a fucking expert now. Right. Dude, I should come and work for your old company. I'm much better at portals than most people.
I don't know if this is going to help anyone, but my contact says that this psi symbol, if it's at all connected to the portal, could be as ancient as primordial.
The old gods?
So wherever we're going, this might be bad. Just saying.
I mean,
That's
it's
why we throw
for this.
That's why we throw this guy through first, as she hitches up the guy on the rope.
I immediately just walk over and go, yeah, good idea, Lumi. You got the rope, right? You got the other end of the rope? Yeah, cool, right. And I'm just going to launch the fucking thing.
I'll grab Lumi.
I would grab the rope before Lumi shot past, but I immediately just pick it up and go, cool, and just launch it through the portal.
You see the sort of half-shattered husk of this Modron pass through the portal. And almost as if you just threw it like 5 feet in front of you, you see the rope goes, and then just as if it's landed on the other side of the portal on the ground.
Right.
Nothing appears to tug it. Nothing appears to. But you kind of tug it a little bit, and you can still feel the weight of the.
I immediately grab Lumi and go, cool, your turn.
Wait, Gil, I have a question.
Yep, sure, go.
First of all, don't throw Lumiel into the portal.
I wasn't.
If we were to approach this, hesitantly, if to say I were to put my head through the portal, would that decapitate me?
I mean, as long as it doesn't shut down before you pull your head back out, sure.
I stare at Arthur.
Like if
the rope hasn't been cut in half, so
this is true.
I mean, basic rules of portal travel. Make sure you go all the way through. Don't leave anything you'll want to keep on the other side for when it closes, because it ain't gonna come with you.
Oh, okay. So nothing I want to keep on the other side. Well, you best all come with me then. And I kind of like walk.
Arms and legs inside the ride at all times. Make sure you don't, get silly with this.
How do we determine this stays open?
Oh, we don't. We can't really. If it shuts down when we go through, it shuts down. If there's a way to turn it on the other side, there's a way to turn it on. Portals kind of only work,
What about this? If we are wanting to pursue, it
What
means
if we bring
sacrificing
the
someone.
crystal?
Unless there's a mechanism to activate the portal on the other side, it doesn't matter what we bring through. So either we go,
and he broke another crystal on the other side,
then it wouldn't open.
but presumably there might be more in store, just in case. Well, these things don't last forever, so you got to replace them eventually. And also, the longer this stays open, the more chance there is that someone's going to notice it. So it's kind of an in or out situation, like a lot of things in life.
I pretend to throw Lumi and just kind of like walk through it with, just to kind of go, wait, and then just kind of grab and just kind of like pull back and go, I'm kidding, man, you're all good. And I step through with Lumi, but as I get closer to the portal, I just kind of go.
Okay, you'll see Lumi and Artorias step through the portal.
Gil follows pretty quickly afterwards. Just, I mean, it's either this or nothing, I suppose. Let's go on an adventure.
I am going to tie the discarded end of the rope. I have to.
I
Arthur
was
picked
carrying
it
the
up.
rope.
Let's go.
I am now on the other side of the portal with
Right,
both
fine,
the robot
I get
and the
out.
rope.
I get out my rope.
Tied to the loop that's still going through.
Gil, take this end. I'm just going to tie it here just so we have at least a trail back.
Sure. Yeah,
It
okay.
might not work, but listen, it's at least an orientation point if we need
do you
it.
want me to tie it to myself, or
No, just take it through. We could fix it on the other side. I'm just wanting to
Okay.
basically create a marker of where the portal crossed.
Okay, sure. Sure. Okay. Yeah, and he just walks through.
Tie up this lifeline.
You are muted.
We can hear you through the other cam.
We can. You tie this lifeline to one of the sort of sconces and begin making your way through.
Yep, making my way.
Everyone.
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
Lumi, you're the first to pass through this portal, followed closely by
Like,
yeah,
joking, like, let go of me!
followed closely by Artorias. You make it safely through, but you are met on the other side by a room that is 10 foot deep and 15 feet across, and before you are 3 archways, all illuminated with a purple portal. I'm going to fix
And a cat.
phone in just a second. I think my phone has died, so I may be without cam for a little while, but we'll keep going.
Wait. So we've gone through one portal and now there's 3 in front of us.
Now, there's 3 in front of you, each an archway, and that is, from what you can see, there it seems to be some slight plant growth in this room, but it's still the same architecture as the previous room that you were in. It's a smaller room, and there are 3 portals ahead of you and 1 portal behind you.
I'm going to quickly tap my tail.
Mhm.
And, Fortress, can you still hear us?
There is no response.
Oh no! No,
We're
no,
on
no!
the edge of the world now, people.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Yeah. Oh no! I'm just gonna wait for. As soon as like Lumi and I are through, I'm just gonna turn around and just let go. Let
You
go of me.
observe this area in front of you. I'm just going to disable video. Is that going to fuck everything up, or
No, you're good.
okay? Yeah, after a few minutes of you guys looking at this new room and these 3 portals ahead of you and kind of looking at each other, eventually Gil, Jax, and Marcus pass into the room as well. Jax, the rope that you have fastened is still taut going through the portal behind you, and you do see this strange room with these 3 archways. Instead of circular stone portals now, they do just appear to be archways, and there are 3 of them.
Have I ever come across anything like this before?
Ooh, I would say give me a Arcana check.
Cool.
As soon as people step out, I'm just gonna say nobody touch anything,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna start looking at the ground to see if there are footsteps towards any side of the portals.
Okay, make me a survival check, please.
Yes, sir.
Insane.
I'm going to go get a different charge cable. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I can still hear you.
God, are you there?
It's me.
While you
Sorry,
guys
I'm
are
my son.
checking shit, while you guys are checking stuff out, we might have a big problem as well as this obvious problem. I can't reach Fortress.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind
They
of.
know where we were. They know we've come through here.
We don't know where we are or where this is.
No, but
And
we've
it
got
means
it.
it isn't a local portal.
Oh, look, we're here together. We're okay. We've got each other. We've been in worse situations like this in the last 2 weeks, right? We're not facing imminent death. So let's just figure out which portal to take next and make our move.
Has the architecture or the masonry changed substantially from where we just came from? Like, is it quite clearly a new type of building, or?
No, the building seems to be the exact same kind of
Exact same.
architecture. The walls and the floor are still this kind of slightly purpley green obsidian stone, like glass stone. The only discernible difference is that there seems to be some like plant growth, like algae and stuff on the walls. Not algae, lichen on the walls and stuff like that. What was your survival check, Marcus?
17. I have no modifier though.
17.
It's
Okay.
okay.
You see, with a 17, you're able to discern some footsteps.
Size
a
and
couple
make,
of-
I was about to say.
A couple of sets of footprints. One seemingly sort of human-sized, some smart boots, like cavalry boots or something like that. The other is a smaller set of feet. They both, the stride of the more human size seems to be quite wide, as if they were in a rush, and the smaller set seems to be quite calm. However, both lead through the central portal.
I think we should go left.
Going middle.
Why?
Because Barbasan's gone through middle and our Metal Man, or Iron Man, has gone through the middle as well.
Okay.
Man, that's a good title.
I
Okay.
kind of like it.
I immediately pretend to reach out to Lumi and go, ready again?
No! Don't you do it again, Artie.
Playing with fire.
And then I walk through the middle portal.
Okay. Lumiel disappears through the
and
central
run
portal.
away.
Whoa! Okay. Okay, well, the only people that are left now are the four of us, so I will cast Bless on the four of us.
Okay. Bless, what are the rest of you doing?
What's the distance between the portal we've just come through and the central portal?
The portal you just got is 10 feet. So
10
it's a
feet.
10 foot deep room, 15 foot wide, and there's 3 portals in front of you, each in a 5 foot space.
Okay.
My Arcana check was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You've been in certain situations where in trying to thwart people using illegal teleportation and illegal interplanar travel, people, this almost feels like a labyrinth of portals. You know, like multiple portals to get. Yeah, like it doesn't seem logical for a portal to lead to a portal, and you've never seen anyone using a portal to get to a destination do this.
Yeah.
This almost seems like this is like a pick the right portal kind of situation, rather than like each portal goes to a different place. It could do, but why would you not have multiple portals in the first room? This seems almost like a puzzle of some kind.
Oh, I really wish he would just not walk through things without thinking first. Guys, this is potentially the start of something much longer and far more complex and complicated. If this is a labyrinth, we are... or a smuggler's run, some kind of secret route. It might be one of those cases where if you know where to go, you know where to go. If you don't, you're going to run into something much worse.
Okay, but Lumi has just done the running. Can we Are we just...
Right.
Why'd you let go of her?
Does anybody else have any rope? I know this sounds ridiculous, but if this is a labyrinth of some kind, I am going to tie these ropes together and we are going to follow it through as we go.
Yeah, I've got rope. And I kind of like take it out of my bag, throw one end to Jackson and go, okay, down the rabbit hole we go, and just walk through the central portal.
Okay, you go through the central portal. Are the rest of you
I'm
staying
making
in
a
the room
note
you're
of
in?
memorizing everything just in case our rope breaks.
Fine. Are the rest of you
Because
staying in
keen
the room you're in?
mind.
Or...
No, I'm going to follow Artorias through with the rope.
Just as a quick sort of look over as I get close to the central portal, do all three archways look the same? Getting close to them, do I see distinctions between them in the way they are built, or is it all...
please?
Can I also ask, DM, speaking of the ropes, I keep coming back to them, but since we've gone through the portal, the first rope that Jax tied on the other side, I'm assuming it's a 50 feet rope. How many feet does it look that we have left of that rope?
So let's figure this out. You tied it to this thing here, so you've got 5, 10, 15, 20. You've got about 30 feet left of that rope.
And it's the same thing when we step out on the other side. Is it still 30 feet, or is this thing cutting, like,
It does not appear to be taking any of the length away from the rope. It's one to one.
Cool. Just double checking.
It was 10 on investigation, that was it.
10 on investigation. You sort of look over it and you aren't able to... I mean, they're all slightly unique to a point where it's, you can kind of tell them apart. They're not cookie cutter identical, but there's no markings or anything on them like that. There's just 3 portals.
Yeah, that's fine. Sort of, yeah, just walking through the middle one as well then. Joining with everyone else.
Everyone else going through as well? Okay.
Yeah.
You all step through. Lumi, you stepped through first, and you come into a room which is 15 feet by 15 feet.
Okay.
And in front of you, there's a portal. To your left, there's a portal. To your right, there's a portal. And behind you, there's the portal you just stepped through. There is 3 more portals in this room.
How well lit is this room?
Oddly, there is a dim glow from the portals around you, but there doesn't seem to be any noticeable light source within the room. It's just illuminated through the magic around.
So Lumiere is going to disappear to the, if she's coming through the portal this way, she's going to go to the right corner and try and hide in the shadows.
Okay, fine. Give me a stealth check, please. Shortly after this, Arterius, you walk through and you see the same thing. You see this 15 by 15 foot room with 3 portals ahead of you on each side of the room.
24.
24. Okay. You do not, however, see Lumiel.
Oh, for fuck's sake, she's dead. She's dead. I killed the fairy. Brilliant. Now I'm going to have to live with that. But
Shortly afterwards, Jax,
I let that go
Marcus...
for a couple of seconds, and then you do hear just a giggling from the corner as I step out.
Oh, I'm going to kill the fairy.
Okay. Shortly after, you are followed by Jax. Sorry, hang on. You are followed by Jax, Gil, and Marcus. Jax, as you step through, or as Marcus steps through, or whoever stepped through last, the rope that was attached to the original room you were in goes slack. It seems like once you all left that first 3 portal room, the portal that you first came through closed and cut off the rope. As you pull it through, there's only about 10 feet of rope that you've pulled through.
As
30 feet of rope.
As Marcus arrives through the portal, I'm just going to go, well, look, do your thing, dude. We need to, we need to figure out, where we're going next. But I think you point the way, I'll go first. I don't mind, but this is clearly a labyrinth or a puzzle of some form that we have to take certain directions, so I'm not very good at picking up tracks, but one of you guys is. Marcus, you did it last time. Jax, are you any good at it?
I can track.
Cool.
Can I assist with that?
Sure, you can make your survival check with advantage, Jax.
That was survival plus 5, 21.
21. You begin to scan the room, but the light is very dim in here.
I still have my fiery
Okay, fine.
hammer.
You begin to start making out some tracks. There is one larger set of tracks, which seems to walk into the center of the room. Pace around a little bit. And then in that pacing, you are unable to determine which path it took. It seems to walk from one side to the other, to the front, in a very indecisive manner. There is another smaller set, very slightly obscured, and you can't quite tell. It moves forward, and then either keeps going forward or keeps going right. It's lost within the more recent tracks. You can't see any on the left-hand side of the room, but you do see it kind of heading forwards, and then you do catch a couple steps on the right-hand side.
Okay, well, the individual who was there before, while we were there, didn't know where he was going. They were indecisive. They went to each of the portals in turn. Barbazan, however, seemed to not go to the left-hand side portal, so that narrows down our chances, but the tracks are lost. I can't make out which portal he went to. It's either the central one or the right one.
Okay. I'm gonna go up towards the right portal first and just have a look around, like, of the stonework, what seems similar to the first two.
Okay, yeah. Give me an investigation check, please.
Yep.
Are there any signs that say kind of scary, not scary, or extremely scary? Like it?
Artemis, you're used to this, right? Like, is there any way to discern if there's any, like, arcane signature or trace that a portal has been used very recently? Is there a way that you can discern if, like, there's been an abundance of energy put forward or anything like that? Like, you're used to dealing with this stuff, right?
Yeah, but on a much different scale to this. I've never seen this many portals used in this close a vicinity to each other for this kind of purpose. If my guys didn't detect anything going through the first one, then this is way under the radar.
Okay.
If there's a way through this is one of the, like I said, it's one of those things where if you know where you're going, you know where you're going. If you don't, you wander.
Okay, but if you were to try and figure out a way, what would you do? What would be the first step of trying to figure out if there was any trace or if there was any signature that's been left behind, anything?
Would I, even though it's outside the realms of what I am used to within sort of dimensional travel when it comes to the opening and closing of portals, thinking back to when they are used, when they're closed, that kind of thing, even though I'm not used to them being completely open all the time, is there a signature that I would know about that discerns a used portal from one that is more static than the other when it comes to, like Arthur said, sort of energy output or anything, even like scorch marks, just something that discerns one portal from another?
You can see Jack just kind of like beginning to, like, clearly, like I just did, and anybody watching stream could tell, just goes 2311.
2311.
2 is the central door. 2311.
So 3 would be the right?
Yeah.
Yes.
3 would be right.
What's wrong?
I'm just going to answer. I'm going to answer Gil's question.
You do that.
Gil.
Hmm?
Is without. So I'll say this: in order to detect sort of vibrations from recently used portals and things like that, would require the use of something like a detect magic spell. Through sheer observation, that's unlikely something you could do. Even with your experience, these balls. I will say, because you sort of you amongst you've been able to determine this a couple of times already so far, that this appears to be a very old structure, and therefore this is very old magic that is being used in the formation and maintenance of these portals, and therefore it would be outside of your expertise to determine that through just simply looking at it. Because it's not something,
of course.
This isn't the kind of portal, like you said, this isn't the kind of portal situation you're used to.
I mean,
detect magic, then you might be able to get some arcane resonance if it has been used very recently, but other than that, probably not.
Sort of looking at them all and putting out feelers. It's like I said, this is old. I detect thoughts. If anyone here can detect magic, you might be able to figure out which one is slightly more recently used, but it's not a guarantee. I suppose it would be in case of this, but no. But I can't detect magic.
I immediately spin round to Jax and go, "How confident are you?"
Oh,
No, come on, man. How confident? Gut decision right now. Are we going through the
Decision?
right door?
over 50%.
That's good enough odds for me, and I step through the right door.
Oh, fucking hell.
I follow. I am not letting him do this by myself. This is my idea.
I follow too.
I'm so pissed. No, as like a player, because wasted my nat 20 on the fucking investigation check.
Oh, bro, sorry. Sorry.
Can I see anything for my own? I'm still looking. I'm not dying with these fuckers if it's wrong.
Your investigation check, you begin searching around. You notice one thing. With a natural 20, because that's what it would have took. You sort of look around the side of one of these pillars, or one of these gateways. The gateway on the right. And on one of the stones, the second stone up from the bottom, there is a very small chalk mark.
Just says death.
Just one stroke. Just a.
This toll to
cool.
ride.
You don't know whether it has any significance, but something seems to have marked this with a piece of chalk. Seems quite.
Can I quickly run back towards the back portal? Check on that if it has another one.
You want to go back through the portal?
No, not back through the portal, but there's a portal behind me, right?
Yes, that's the one you came through. Yeah, there's no markings on that one. No, just
No
the one on the
markings on
right.
that
There is
one.
a small
Okay, cool.
chalk flick on the second stone up from the bottom on the right. But everyone else has charged through the right-hand portal. Just as you noticed this.
If we check the others, one's got the one in the centre's got like 3 chalk marks, and we fucked up massively.
Gil's just watching people running through portals stood in the second one go, can we stop running through the dimensional gates, please? Marcus, you coming?
Yep. And I'll start walking through the portal because Gil said don't run.
Oh, don't be a smart ass. And he pushes him from behind like...
That's my whole thing!
You all step through this second portal room. And you emerge into another room, very, very similar. However, this time you see before you 3 staircases. One is a very short staircase on the left, one is a medium-sized staircase in the middle, and one is a very long staircase on the right-hand side.
3-3, right?
Wait, leading up to portals or
Up to the same archways.
right? I just wanted to check that it wasn't just staircases that went to nowhere.
I should have mentioned that, sorry.
Looking at
the
longest staircase... Sorry.
Yeah.
Looking at the longest staircase, does that look familiar to the dream I had where I was on a staircase walking towards someone, or is this just a staircase?
No, it does not. It's just a normal, same masonry as the rest of the architecture around you. But one is quite short and sort of goes off to the side. One is quite medium into the center, and there's a very long staircase leading right and there's a portal atop each.
Hey.
Right, I saw
2,
something
3,
as soon as I
1, 1.
walked through.
What?
Oh, 2331.
2311.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
I
did you
thought it
say
was
something then, Marcus?
2331.
What did
Yeah,
you notice?
This chalk mark on the portal we just stepped through. A single chalk mark.
Right. Well,
Seems quite similar that could mean the first door if it's numbers.
let's check
I'll just
the
double
portals.
check before we go through. Yeah.
And I go up and to the first one on the left-hand side, the short staircase, and I help Marcus. I can't see, so I'm helping him by just standing there going, yes.
I was going to say. I don't think your
yeah.
divine.
I'm
side
there
thing
for
must
moral
be-
support. That's got to count for something.
Oh, it absolutely does. Marcus,
You got this, man.
Yeah, I'll go and check on the right hand side two bricks up. See if there's a chalk mark.
Okay, so give me an investigation check as you begin sort of investigating these stairs.
I will cast dancing lights.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Dancing lights.
This room is far darker than the rest, so yeah, you're able to see a lot better now.
Cool.
Investigation.
Investigation. 16 plus 7.
23.
23, yeah.
23. You almost as you'd expected do pick out a small chalk mark, a single like that. It is on the center stair set.
Wait.
Fuck. Alright. We have a problem. It might not be 2, 3, 1, 1. It might be 2. Look for the chalk marks. How fresh is this chalk mark? If I put my
20
finger on
20
it, is it?
Yeah, it's still dust. It's fresh.
Wait.
Fuck.
Wait. Jax, can you check to see if there's any footprints in here now that I've lit the room up?
Yeah, I will have a little look-see.
Yeah, survival check from you, please.
Oh, balls, 10.
10. The treks in this room are even harder to detect because there's very little dust or anything. There was a lot of sort of plant detritus in the first room. There was a bit more dust in the second room. In here, the surfaces are very, very clear. You are able to detect prints going up and down all 3 sets of stairs.
I can't make anything out here.
You aren't able to pick up the prints of the smaller individual.
Wait.
I don't think the other one, the one we saw, I don't think they knew where they were going.
What? Okay, what about Barbazan?
Can't detect them, but there's not much here to go off. There's
Okay.
not much movement.
Do we think it's left to right, or do we think
No,
the chalk
wait.
marks are actually numbers?
Wait. So, wait. You can't pick up Barbazan's tracks at all in here.
No?
But you can...
You're not able to, but you determine that to be the footsteps of the larger individual, who you guys have determined to be the individual that passed through the portal just before you did. Because they're so much fresher, you're just about able to pick those up. There's even some of the footsteps aren't even footsteps; they're just slight dampness from where a footprint has stepped and stuff like that. Anything older than very recently is just not present. Doesn't mean that the person was never there, but the only footsteps that you're able to detect right now are quite recent ones.
Okay.
Because Barbazan is evidently a light-footed individual. His footprints are not going to remain, especially under heavier prints such as that person, individuals.
Okay, my thought process is, if Marcus is finding chalk on portals, it might just be the individual that we know of that's gone through here marking their way through. It might not be Barbazan, so that person may have gone through that middle portal, and we're just now following them. We might not be. You might still be right with 3211.
2311, but yes.
Yeah.
He might be marking one to lead us into a trap.
My gut is telling me that we follow the code.
Yeah, but which
I would agree. The
2311. I am assuming that it is in. Well, my thinking is maybe Barbazan derived this code to help him remember where he was going and what steps to take. Typically, in common, our numbers will read from left to right, as is our written language. Therefore, I would assume that on the left is 1.
Yeah, but what if it's another set of traps? What if it's... You assume that would be the case, so therefore you instinctively go there if you know the code. If you don't know the code...
There's a lot of what-ifs regarding any potential solution we go down here. We are either following the individual who was trapped for one reason or another, or we are following a potential code laid out and, ideally interpreting it the right way. I know it's a gamble, but we have two choices here.
We get to a fifth room. If we get to a fifth set of doors, then we know we're wrong.
I mean...
Cool.
Yeah, maybe
Looking at the portal that we just came into this room in, is that still open?
One behind us.
You muted, Matt.
Yeah, the one behind you is still open, yeah.
Can I quickly step through to see if I go back into the room we were just in?
You do. And the portal to your left is inactive.
Yeah, cool. I go back through the portal into the room we were just in, and I'll just go, right, well, we can go back and forth through these. So let's just pick one. It's either left or it's center, isn't it? We follow the chalk or we follow the code.
Well,
I say follow the code.
Okay, Lumiel, code, Jax,
Code.
Artemis. This is probably wigging you out really bad, isn't it?
no, it's just, well, with the guy who's gone through and then Barbazan, who we assume was going through these, maybe the chalk is his code. Maybe he was just exploring these tunnels, figuring out a way to get to wherever he was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe nobody actually knows where these went. So I would say we follow the guy who materialized and walked through, because they clearly know where they're going as opposed to figured out where they're supposed to go.
Okay.
I don't think they do know where they're going.
So, Artemis,
they were
you're
left, though.
you're for following the guy, and you think that the chalk leads to the guy.
No, I think the chalk is Barbazan's exploration of this place. If this is old and this hasn't come up, Barbazan may have been wandering through here trying to figure out where to go, marking with chalk as he went. If this guy came through, he could know about it.
Okay.
He clearly know what it's for. So I'm saying guy.
So
But I'll go
There's
the
no
group.
chalk
Okay,
on
so-
the other ones.
Yeah, is it chalk or is it follow the code, Artemis? Like, we don't know where the guy's gone, so follow the guy's what we're trying to do, but which door? Like, left or center?
Oh. Whichever one makes sense, I guess. So center, I don't know.
You want to go center, Marcus? You want to follow the chalk or do you want to follow the code?
I want to follow the chalk.
Wait, what's the difference between the two, sorry?
Well, the chalk is in the middle, which, if we were thinking about the code, would clamp for the number 2, whereas the code states it's door number 1, which logic dictates is the one on the left. So Jackson, Lumiel want to go left, you two want to go center, leaving me with the deciding vote as to which door we go, right?
We went through the middle portal first, right?
Yeah, which is 2.
Which would have been 2.
Yeah.
So
And
then
we
we
already
went
went
through the
right.
third one.
Which was 3.
But
Now
the
we're
code-
gonna
Then
go
the
through
portal,
one.
it said 1 on the chalk.
Yeah, but whichever way around you do it, it's 3 or 1 you should go through, because it was 3, 2, 1, 1, or 1, 1, 2, 3.
The
So
order on the paper was 2311.
was it?
In Barbazan's office, it's 2311.
Oh, I'm getting the numbers mixed up. That's fine. Then code.
Marcus, I
sure.
do not think it's a number. I think it's a dash mark. I think it's a dash mark to show a portal that has been gone through, similar to what I was doing with the rope, trying to track previous movements. Someone is aware it's a labyrinth and is marking the portals they go through. I personally think that Barbazan has more of an idea, given the fact that he has built an entire fortress and horse statue descending is more familiar, so I would trust following the code more, but that is just my 2 cents on it. Two copper pieces on it.
You also said the footsteps in the last room. Barbazan's one looked like it was more direct, where the other one was going round in circles.
Yep.
So
No,
I think
both of them
Barbazan. No, Barbazan's was
Barbazan's-
direct. He didn't even go to one of the portals.
Barbazan's footprints were either directed towards the central or the right portal. I couldn't detect where specifically they went to because it was clouded over by the disorganized steps of the Fresher
Man.
Prince.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
The Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince, Iron Man.
This is a story.
Yeah, Look,
So that was 3 for code.
well then,
Mark,
Code it is.
it's code, and I walk up the short steps to the left door, turn around and go, right?
no,
I'm with you.
left.
Left.
So go-
Let me go first in that case.
You are looking.
I
there is
immediately
skin
start laughing
peeling
and go,
off of your head.
I immediately go, okay, and step through.
You have a fucking child. I'm gonna try and stop him.
Okay.
It's
Gone through, he's
it's a
ahead of
fight.
You do hear this as you're beginning to crest the boundary
Right then.
of this portal. Artorius.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still go through?
Yeah.
Okay. You step through. Artorius.
Duty
Artorius.
overall, man. Like,
Artorius disappears through the left-hand portal.
into the room
Jax
of
just
fire.
goes, I don't, and runs up the stairs after. And goes through.
Straight through.
I'm
The rest of you.
straight through.
Lumiel follows. Marcus and Artemis.
You just gotta roll with the punches, I'm afraid, buddy. He's gonna do what he wants to do. In spite of everything he has that we don't. So, shall we? Or do you want to look sad in this room for a little more longer?
Oh, if we all die, I blame him. I walk through.
And you can haunt him as a ghost. I'm pretty sure ghosts can haunt ghosts. Come on. And I will walk through.
Artorius,
mm-hmm.
you walk through the portal, sort of
The room
backwards.
is all fire.
And as you turn round, having walked through the portal to perceive where you are, you see out before you nothing but blackness. You are stood upon about a 10-foot wide platform, a column in darkness. You look around and there is nothing but darkness everywhere until Jax pops through behind you, almost bumping into you, and you feel your foot, your toes just step almost just crest over the edge
Mm-hmm.
of this platform, this pillar that you're stood upon.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And you manage to catch yourself. Jax, you see the same thing, but you see from below a purple glow. And as you look over the side of this massive black obsidian plinth that you are on, in pitch black darkness, you see to your left, about 30 feet below you, is a large circular portal. To your front, there is a large circular portal, and to your right, off the edge. To enter the next portal, you will have to jump from this
Faith.
platform into this area. The rest eventually follow through, and you stop them as they charge through to stop any of them knocking you off. And you are all gathered, slightly cramped, on this 10 by 10.
Flying off just to the side, just so I'm not
Well,
taking
this
up
is
space.
snug.
Right.
Are you
I
sure
can do
this is
this.
the right place?
Yes, there are 3 portals below.
I step
Listen,
back
this
through
is
the
my
portal.
idea.
Mm.
I
just
kind of
check
get
if the other ones are closed.
Okay.
Look back through.
You're muted again.
You look back through. You're going back through to check if the other ones behind you are closed.
Yeah.
Okay. You go back through and you find yourself at the top of the steps. The other 2 portals at the top of the medium and long steps are still open, but the portal you came through has closed. It's just an archway leading to a wall.
Sorry.
And Arthur falls off after the sneeze.
You step back through, and you're all gathered on this platform.
Okay.
God, he sneezed on me. It's sort of gross.
Sorry. In my defense, I didn't see you there.
It's not an excuse anymore.
With the remainder of the rope that I picked up, because I attached it to another, I think I'm going to discard the rope idea. So it would have been cut multiple times now, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that you were holding one end and Arturius was holding the other. So I thought it was coming with you every time you went.
Oh no, I was making a
trail.
long one. Yeah, so it would have cut, I assume, every time.
Yes, when you stepped through the portal at the top of the small staircase, the one that you had attached in the second room went loose as that portal closed. Or when Marcus stepped through, sorry, the last person to step through. You determined from this that anytime you pass, everyone passes through one room, the previous room gets closed off. But you can still go back through to the last one you went to, at least.
You think?
Far.
Do I have any rope left? So I technically had 100 because I tied two together.
Okay, so the first one was 20 feet, and then it was 10 feet through the next room, so that's 30 feet, and then it was about 15 feet, and then another 5, so 20 feet, so that's 50. You've got about 50 feet of rope left.
Okay, in which case I'm just going to pull the rest of it through from the other room. Arthur, I'm going to jump.
Whoa, wait, why?
No, I'm not, because I can jump and not hurt myself. This is what I do.
Lumi flies.
Yeah, but listen, this is my idea.
How are you going to get back and tell us if it's safe or not? You can't.
You're going to pull me up.
No,
Dude, how much do you weigh? I'm strong, but Jesus. No, I'm joking. Yeah, let's tie it to your waist, man.
No, guys, I can just fly through and fly back. The portal stays open, then no one needs to jump. I can see if it's safe, and I will get out of there if there is any sort of danger. And I will come back and say it's okay. So I'm going to be back in 2 seconds anyway, and I'll tell you whether it's safe or not. It's the most logical thing. I get what you're trying to do, Jax, but
Yeah.
I trust the code as well. So, I mean, I will fly through the first portal, and I will be back in 2 seconds. Okay?
Give me a second. I just want to try something before you fall into the portals of doom and don't come back. So, how far down are the portals from us?
30 feet from the platform that you're standing on.
30 feet from the platform. Excellent. Gail's going to sort of very sort of gingerly try and make his way to the edge, of one pillar, and is like, sorry, excuse me, I don't want to touch so many people at once. This is awful. And using my last spell slot, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts, and I'm going to see if I can get any sonic resonance, residue, anything coming from any of the portal that would suggest that thought is being had on the other side. That gives more intent than one just in that kind of realm.
You cast Detect Thoughts, and the only psionic presences that you're able to detect are your friends around you.
Piss.
As these conversations are going on, I look towards Jax with a sort of steely, determined look, and I am tying that rope around Jax's waist.
Is anyone else doing anything while this is happening?
I mean, I can't sense anything in this room. There's nothing coming from them in the way of brainwaves or anything, so there's nothing thinking I can see. So, which one did you say it would be? It would be that one over here. And he points to
The one on the left. Yes.
One on the left. Why is it going down? That's the problem.
Leap of faith.
Leap of faith?
But it's... I don't know. It just... If it's going down, presumably what's below it continues to go down. So, you go through with, 10 feet of rope left, and then mean, what if it's a sheer drop, or what if it's really far to the ground? Like,
Then I will be fine, and I will shoot a bullet up through.
Okay.
I mean,
You got this?
I'm kind of on the side of Lumiel here, just flying down using her natural ability to fly with wings, and then come back up through.
I have made a call before where things have gone wrong. I am going down.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, go. I got
need
it.
to
And I kind of,
down.
I wrap the rope around my arm and just kind of like dig my heels in as Jax launches off, I assume.
Down to death, eh, guys? And goes off the side into the leftmost portal.
Okay. Jax, you
They're gonna
just
die, aren't they?
and you see the faces of your companions begin to disappear away from you into the darkness.
Someone grab my belt. Someone grab my belt.
10 feet
That'll be
from
me.
the portal. 5 feet from the portal. Arturius, you immediately feel one sharp tug.
Grab it.
Does it
You
feel
almost
like
slide
you're...
towards the edge. Give me a strength saving throw, please.
Can I grab him?
Sure.
Make that with advantage because Marcus is grabbing you.
Oh, 2 18s plus 8, 26.
Jax,
Yes.
it's a strange sensation. As you drift beyond the boundary of this portal, now, instead of falling, you maintain that inertia and you are now being thrown upwards out of a portal. And as you're flying, you feel a tug that brings you back down and you land on stonework on the other side. You look behind you and like a large well, similar to the one that you just jumped in its orientation, as if reality has flipped for you. Where you were once descending, you came through with the same inertia outwards and were heading towards the ceiling until a tug brought you back down with a crack to the floor. You take...
I don't.
Oh!
Featherfall.
As you feel this tug, you activate your dog tags and you just settle to being laid down on the floor.
I
Look around you.
tug the rope a couple of times.
Jax, you feel a tug at your waist.
I give one tug back. Not urgent, just like a gentle tug.
Arturius, you feel a gentle tug.
Giggity.
It's not that kind of pillar, guys.
Oh my
Sorry.
god, we got closer.
As I hold the rope, I just turn and look towards Lumiel and just go. Don't know what's on the other side. But Jack
Okay.
seems alright.
And I fly down. And through.
If you'd all like to divert your attention back to Owlbear.
Oh no, I don't want
New
to.
maps.
No.
Now, you fly through the portal below, and similar to how I just explained to Jax, as you are descending, almost not even flapping your wings, just in a dive,
Yeah.
you emerge out the other end and feel yourself begin to fall backwards.
Activate flight, yeah.
You just begin flipping your wings, and it's strange. You haven't changed your orientation. The world has changed its orientation relative
Wow.
to you.
That's trippy.
And you emerge, standing upright, into this room, and you see Jax getting back to his feet.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. If the others are going to come through, we need to dampen their ascent, fall, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you should probably let them know if you can go
Oh.
back that happens, because that made me almost throw up because that was a lot.
Oh, that means it's gonna happen again. Okay. Alright, 2 seconds. Alright.
You dive back towards the portal, and almost like walking into a patio door, you about 3 inches above the swirling surface. You hear a distant voice from down the corridor. They tried to get out, but this was a game of luck. Brute force wasn't gonna cut it.
Did you
Yes.
hit that voice, or is that just because I smacked my head?
Jax, you heard it as well.
No, I heard that.
Oh, there's no going back. I guess it's a one-way trip this time.
I pull on the rope more aggressively.
Right, well, we have to go down, but I think we just go down together, the three of us, at the same time. Don't know what's on the other side, but we can maybe help each other with whatever it is. What do you say?
Should we hold hands or
Do you want to?
can do? I'm not afraid. I'm just comfortable in myself.
You make me uncomfortable, Artemis.
I make everyone uncomfortable.
I'm joking. Give me a hand. And I grab it, and then I kind of like hold one out to Marcus as well, and go, unless you're, too macho with your big fucking hammer and stuff.
That's not a euphemism.
You broke him.
Yeah, just
You all clutch hands.
I grab Artorius' hand and I just run. Run and leap.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Marcus,
we're doing a
carrying
chain.
the both of you all jump down, you descend the 30 feet towards this portal. You feel a wind begin to rush, especially you, Artemis, through your hair as you
Why
descend.
would you do this?
You descend feet first into the portal, and as you come up, you see standing upside down in front of you, Jax and Lumiel, sort of looking at you as you come
Careful,
through.
careful!
What the fuck?
What?
Fall into this room. Is anyone doing anything to break your fall?
Can I try and cushion Gil's fall?
Absolutely. You can give me a.
How we know who her favourite is, right?
I'm just gonna yell to Lumiel, cushion my fault. No.
Deliberately don't get in the way of them.
What am I making, sorry?
No, actually, I'm just going to say Arturius and Marcus make a dexterity saving throw, and Artemis
Okay.
make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
So you can all add. So Marcus.
Oh, he remembered!
I know, yeah, I know. I saw it earlier and went, fuck again! You can add +4 to this, I believe, with my aura of protection.
Did you say dex saving throw?
Dex saving throw with advantage for you, Gil.
Cool.
Dex
I'm
is
so
a
proud of you,
19.
buddy, for remembering.
So it's a 23 for me.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, 14 on the die, +5 is 19, +4, 23.
Marcus?
As I come up, I try to right myself, realize that this is not gonna work, so I'm just gonna tuck in and go cannonball.
Okay, fine.
I rolled a 10 with all the bonuses added.
Jesus.
And Artemis, what did you get?
I roll a 10 too, as Artemis sort of in a flail of limbs, like, what is going on?
Okay, each of you take, so Arturius, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Gil and Marcus, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. As you all topple out over one another. Marcus, you just barely manage to like sort of scrape down to one knee, but the other two of you fall flat on your backs or on your faces. You find yourself in this room.
I immediately stand up, walk over to Jax and put one arm on it, like one hand on his shoulder and go, yeah, good call. I feel
Why is
sick,
everything
man.
terrible?
It's gross.
Just
heard
so
a
you
voice.
know, we heard a voice, and we can no longer go back.
How would we go back anyway?
I tried
Fall
to fly
up.
through and smacked into some sort of force field. So
Oh, great.
You all hear a distant echoing voice from further down the passage. Dan's favorite word.
That means two things.
It says, "They walked through the door to my office. bathed in shadow like the approaching dusk on a long, cold day. A real rough and tumble gang, but I could smell the good fortune on them. Before I could trust them, though, those fortunes needed to be put to the test. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
I think we found a poet.
Fuck you, narrator!
Was that
I
a
thought
DM?
you were going to say, fuck you, Shakespeare.
That was amazing, Chris.
Oh, wow.
You hear this, however, the door before you
Oh,
creaks open.
Oh, he's
First,
excited.
you
He
see a
doesn't work.
chamber with swinging blades.
oh dear lord.
If you'd have said
Beyond
fucking
that.
portals, then I'd have been fuming.
For
Or another door.
And beyond that, you see another large stone doors open.
Our enemy.
And
the
within,
door.
from within that portal steps a very strange looking figure.
Sorry.
Seemingly some kind of puppet
From an arm in the crack of the door.
steps out and lights a cigarette, which illuminates the strange felt-looking face as it closes on the cigarette, the trilby hat over his eyes. Let's see how the dice roll for these ones. And we'll pick that up next week.
I think I hit my head really hard.
The region's best mates with a fucking puppet.
Lumiel, actually, before we go, you recognise this character.
Is that a certain detective?
That is Detective Digby Dungeon.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Burn the bastard down.
Happy Halloween!
Is it bad that I love that I hate this?
Yeah, I'm glad. I wanted you to love me.
Yeah. Insane, Chris. Well done, mate. Excellent
Okay.
session.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it there for this week, guys. We're gonna pick up with whatever's going on. I feel like I say that every week. Whatever the fuck is going on here.
find out next time.
Week here on Tales on Tap. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around. We hope you enjoyed that. I wonder if you got the code before some of our friends did here. Because well done for figuring that one out, especially Jax. Well done for clocking that.
You will see the moment it hit my brain when I was like, wait, I need to say something.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I did because I completely forgot about it.
You cracked the code. You cracked the code. Well done, everyone. Well, thank you again for joining us. We'll be back next week. All of these lovely faces here for the next episode of Aerilon, Sins of the PeaceKeeper, right here on Tales on Tap. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Halloween! See?